Hello there, Rifters. Happy almost Christmas time to you, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or any
Festivus.
other. Yeah, I guess that.
I
don't
mean,
count.
some people count it.
Okay, or Festivus, or whatever you want to celebrate. It's almost that time of the year to, I don't know, be jolly, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, because, I feel very jolly today. don't know
I
about
feel
you.
very, I don't know. I'm not in the holiday season.
Hmm.
I'm feeling very unholiday-ish,
Yeah.
if that's something I can say. I want to get into it. Like, I feel like I want to watch movies, but I don't. And I'm not gonna. So,
Yeah.
yeah. That's where we're at. But it is the last episode of Static Rift in 2019.
That's right.
Tricked you there. You thought it was over. You're like, yes, finally.
Yeah, we're
Two-
retiring.
2019. We're retiring for the rest of 2019, and we'll be back in 2020. We don't have a set date yet of our return, but obviously it's going to be the Rifties as usual. So it'll be mid-January we'll be back. So that's the plan. And what is it, Dimitri? The 14th? It's either going to be the 14th or the 21st will be our plan to come back, depending on how quickly we get the Rifties done and how adventurous I want to be, because I might try and make a real Rifty.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. I found the trophy that I stole to Photoshop it,
Yeah.
and I can buy them, but I'd have to get like the sticker for the middle. And we
Right.
used to have the stickers before,
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
so we could do it.
Pull
I
that
might
off.
I might do it. I might have like a set of Rifties for people. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how adventurous I want to be,
Yeah.
or how pricey things are going to
I was
cost.
going to say, you'd have to make quite a few of them.
No, I would not. Everything would get them. Only some things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it was like a 12-pack for like $15 or something, or $20. It was
Okay.
something like
Yeah,
insanely cheap.
yeah.
They're probably like wicked crappy.
They're probably real crap.
But who cares? I mean,
yeah.
it's a free Rifty, you
Probably
know.
break as soon as you open them up.
Yeah, maybe,
yeah.
but you know.
Leg missing. Yeah.
So it depends on how much those stickers cost. But maybe I'll make some Rick Rifties. We'll give them out to certain people. We'll see. See what happens. But yeah, last episode of the year, so it's going to be a fun one. Mitch is going to join us, and we're going to talk everything from 2019. We're going to talk a little Joker, because the last time we had Mitch on, he talked about how much he did not enjoy it.
He hated it. Yeah.
I'm right down that alley, so we're going to talk about how crappy the movie was, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see where it takes us. I figure with Mitch it will be Joker, if he has anything Terrificon to talk about, and then we'll kind of get into 2019, like some of the stuff we loved and hated, and then 2020, what we're looking forward to, kind of. So that will kind of be like the show. But right now, we're going to talk about what we consumed. It's going to be a little different what we consumed, because my consumption is not your usual consumption. So who wants to go first? Dimitri, in your beautiful yellowy looking shirt.
Where are we again?
What we consumed? Well, we're in 2019.
We're at,
I
the end of the show, Dimitri. You can go home.
I know.
Okay.
I know you travel through time, Dimitri. So
Yeah.
I know you're not sure what year it is, but it is 2019 still.
Oh, okay, good to know.
By the way, Dimitri, that shirt, the more that I look at it, it looks like a shirt that Wolverine used to wear in like the comics. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
All right. So what'd you take
I wore
in
it
this
just
week?
for that reason,
Oh, sweet.
Oh, good.
because I knew.
Yeah. What'd you do this week?
Let's see. I watched a bunch of stuff like I usually do. It all kind of fades, so I don't know exactly what it was. It wasn't too eventful.
I feel like Marvel should just hire you to be the new Watcher.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. So there's not one show or a movie or a thing that you ingested that you enjoyed or that sticks out to you.
Not really, because it's like in passing that I watch it. So I don't sit down and watch shows anymore. It's like in the background, or I'm just quickly catching up on it or something.
Yeah.
Sounds
I guess some shows that are like that, but yeah, I
sounds
have
a
a
little
few sit down
depressing,
ones.
Dimitri.
Well, I don't know.
You gotta get some better shows on your docket.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
I don't. If that was me,
Or
I'd
a less
probably
busy
just
schedule.
lay in the
No,
street
that
or
too,
something.
yeah.
How about you, Jason? What did you do?
So I sat down for 3.5 hours and watched The Irishman.
Oh, gross.
Oh God.
No, not gross. It's actually a really good movie.
For 3.5 hours,
So
though?
here's the trick: you have to build in intermissions for yourself.
Oh, you saw that article where they cut it at the exact perfect time?
So I didn't do it that way. Yeah, there is an article about someone who they planned out like how you can watch it as a miniseries. 'Cause
Sure.
there are enough like clean breaks throughout it that you're like, okay, this is a good part to pause.
Now the question is, didn't they like get all really old dudes to play like young dudes in the
So
movie?
yeah, and actually for the most part that was okay. Because yeah, the cast is old. It's De Niro, it's Joe Pesci, and it's Al Pacino. And like they go back in time, so they have to do some makeup and look younger at times. And for the most part, that was actually okay. There's one scene where it looks real bad. There's one scene where De Niro is a younger guy, and it's a scene where like he's showing how he protects his daughter because she went to a supermarket and got shoved by somebody. So he goes down to the supermarket to beat the crap out of the guy. But it's still old-ass De Niro just playing a younger
So
guy.
they didn't pull like Marvel when they like redid what's his name, the Wall Street dude.
Oh, Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Douglas looked good.
Yeah, no, they didn't do
They
that.
need those special
They had
effects.
De Niro actually do it, and okay, like you'll appreciate this as a pro wrestling fan like myself. This looked like a jobber doing his first like WWE match, and he's like missing kicks and he's not landing, and it looked bad.
Him trying to hit them.
Yeah, like he knocks a guy down and he's like trying to kick him on the ground, and he like kicks him in the face, and you see his foot just clear miss the guy's head. Like it's
So hold on, time out. You're trying to justify that this movie's good.
no,
and worth
this is
3.5
just a
hours?
30-second scene. This
Okay.
is 30 seconds of the whole 3.5
Sure.
hours. So that scene was really bad. That scene was awful. The rest of the movie was actually really good.
So did Scorsese go to? Because I know Scorsese and Marvel are talking now.
Yeah.
After all the bad mouthing,
Uh-huh.
do you think that after that he realized that like young De Niro didn't work? He's like, I need to know Marvel secrets.
I hope he did, because holy crap, that scene was bad.
He's like, I need to know those secrets.
Yeah, it was. He needs to work on some CGI, something. I don't know. Yeah, it's really good. Just build in an intermission like every hour, I would say. Like take 10 minutes, walk away from it for a bit, and like I said, there's enough scenes where there's like a clean break that you know, like okay, this is a good part to pause. So in that respect, it's good, and it doesn't feel like it's too long. So I would recommend it. What did you just find?
Nothing.
Or are you doing a
I'm
Snapchat?
doing a Snapchat.
Okay, I was
'cause
gonna say
didn't
you
do it
either
on the show.
you either just found something or, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
but
that's
I
okay.
figured if I try to do it while I'm talking, I'm not going to be able to do it.
That might be
So
tricky.
I figured this was like the perfect time because I'm listening to you. But
Not really.
Not really.
no, I'm
Yeah.
listening. It's just that
Go watch The Irishman. It's good.
it's just
Right.
that you probably couldn't pay me to watch it. Honestly,
Really?
I think Scorsese's overrated. To be honest with you,
What if it's?
I think he's very overrated.
Oh,
he's
I agree.
extremely
I
overrated.
agree. Yeah, for
Like,
the most part, yeah, sure.
I'm borderline going to say that he's not good.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
He's okay.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I mean,
Nah.
I tend to stick to the argument that overrated does not mean he sucks. It just
I don't think
means
he
that, like,
sucks. I
I'm
don't
not
think
going to
he's-
bow. At
I
his
just don't
feet.
think he's great.
Yeah, I'm not going to bow at his feet like everyone else does.
Like,
so
there's plenty of movies that he's made that I think sucks. The Departed's good. It's not great.
The Departed's good first time through.
Right. It
Rewatch
doesn't
value,
age well.
not yeah.
What are some other real? He did Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
I really liked Wolf of Wall Street, but then trying to rewatch it a second time again
Too long.
doesn't age well.
too long.
Too
Yeah.
long. There's extra stuff. Like there's stuff that like you didn't need to do, and his sense of humor is like not good.
It's weird. He
It's
has
like
a weird sense
yeah,
of
like
humor.
a weird
Yeah.
sense of humor, like
Yeah.
an old perverted dude sense of humor
Yeah, well,
that thinks he's funny but he's not. He's like that old like uncle that
He's
could
like
be a
your-
pedophile but isn't.
yeah, or like an inappropriate grandpa. It's
Yeah.
just like, well, my day this is okay to say, so I'm still gonna say it. Like, that kind of thing. Yeah, it was good. I agree. I think Scorsese's. I still think he's good. I do agree he's a bit overrated, and I think the people who were like jumping on this movie saying, "Oh, it's automatically going to be, the best movie of the year because
I'm
it's
sure it will,
Scorsese,"
just 'cause-
it's just like, okay, like calm down. It was good. It was good. Just build in some intermissions, and you'll get through it. So that's what I did.
So, my what we consume is going to be a little different today. It's the end of 2019, and my consumption was a little different this week. I was let down and built back up with happiness from two things that I viewed or ingested this week. So first off, we have the wonderfully put Xbox X Series, whatever the hell they want to call
Series
it.
X. The
Series
Xbox
X,
butt.
the Xbox Sex,
Yeah.
or whatever they want to call
the
it.
Xbox butt, as they call it in Japan.
Nah, whatever. That's
Not whatever. It's a big market.
I guess, but butts can still be
But
good.
hey, good job, Microsoft.
There are a lot of butt people.
Good job, marketing team.
Honestly, the name sucks. I don't really care about the name though,
Name's trash.
because I honestly think names for like naming something 1, 2, 3, or I think that's dumb too. So I'm not like I think PlayStation. I think they both need to step up. Give me a cool name. Give me like the Xbox like Red Zone or something. I don't know.
No, see, that's cheesy.
Give me something cool. I don't know.
Like
The-
what, the Xbox Platinum or
Give
something?
me like the Xbox Green Hornet or something. I don't know.
Oh
There's
my
like
God.
a green little just give me something cool, or give me something
I'll tell
like
you what, you can have that for Xbox. PlayStation, I'm fine with just the numbers.
Nah, that's
Thank
dumb.
you.
Dumb,
Thank you for
dumb,
keeping
dumb.
it simple because you know what you're doing.
dumb,
Thank
dumb,
you.
dumb. But what's worse is not really the name. I don't really care about the name. I'll
Yeah.
call it the Xbox Sex. I'll call it the butt. Whatever. I don't care. The name's whatever it is. What it is. I'll call it, the XB. Whatever the hell. I don't really care.
Sure.
But I'm probably not going to be calling it anything because I'm probably not getting it.
Yeah,
I think it's the worst looking thing I've ever seen in my lifetime.
it's not great.
It looks like a box, or like the best way I can describe it is you ever get one of those like really big routers, or like, not routers,
Modem.
not a modem, terabyte hard drive.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like one of
looks
those
like an external
terrible-
hard drive.
Yeah, or it looks like a fridge.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
If I
Like,
walked into someone's like living room and they had it, I would think it was a speaker.
it sucks.
Like
Yeah,
a Bluetooth
it just
speaker or like the newest Alexa or something.
visually it looks like crap.
It's
I don't
terrible.
like it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it looks on its side.
It
Maybe
probably
I'm-
looks like a cable box on its side.
Yeah, but I mean, most video game systems do anyways.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
So
Yeah.
on its side, it might not look bad. I kind of like the little green on the edge,
Yeah.
but
I mean, they have to have that green. It's their signature.
sure, but
color.
they didn't have green in anything else.
No. Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I like it. I think it's cool. They should have had more green in it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know. I'm just all set. Like they're gonna have to really prove to me that it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and they keep trying. They're like, by the way, day one, it's gonna be reverse compatibility, Xbox 360 and Xbox One. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, ooh. And they're like, by the way, this hard drive's in it. People are like, ooh. And then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this is going to be in it. And it's people are like, ooh. I don't know stats at all, but a lot of people are like pretty excited
It's
about
going to
like
go really fast.
about the stats and stuff about it. But I'm just kind of like, I don't
Does
really
it support 8K?
really care. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't really
That's
care.
all I care
Yes, it
about
does.
is how much hard drive space is there and does it support 8K? Because that's coming.
It does.
Does it? Okay. So that's good.
It's supposed to be like a lot of things I've read is like the ball's in your court, PlayStation. Like they're really like
Oh, that's
trying
cute.
to like.
Aw, that's cute.
It is cute. It's fine.
It's cute.
PlayStation had better
They're trying.
exclusives this time. It
This time?
happens.
Hmm.
360 destroyed PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
360
they probably
was the
did.
better
Yeah,
system.
I might concede that one.
360 was the better system.
Mhm.
The Xbox and PlayStation 2 were, I would say, equal.
Equal, yeah.
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 So they won 360. They won PlayStation 4.
But
they had better
PS4
exclusives.
Stomped on you
Sure,
guys.
and I agreed. Yeah, because the Xbox didn't have good exclusives and didn't try to have good exclusives.
No.
And I think that they're really trying now with all the studios they bought. So we'll see. I don't know. Am I going to buy it? Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'm probably not going to buy it for a long time if I do. My Xbox One right now is kind of like a paperweight.
Yeah.
It just sits in my room.
I mean, for you, it makes no sense to buy it
I just,
because you don't game. So
I mean, I want a game. They
you
just
don't even game, bro.
There's nothing I want to game with. There's nothing
Nothing
I
at
want to
all?
play. No,
Nothing at
no.
all?
I want to play like Zelda, and I want to play Mario Odyssey.
Sure.
And I want to play like there's so many like Nintendo games I want to play. I want to replay Skyrim, so I'm probably gonna buy that for the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna buy a bunch of games for the Switch. I want a game, just they're not giving me stuff that I want to play.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know. I'm sick of remakes. Screw Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, the remake thing's getting annoying.
It can
too.
lick my
Yeah.
grundle. I'm
Yeah.
good with that. I'm all set with all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like they're not giving me anything good. Maybe when another Elder Scrolls comes out, I'll think about it. But other than that, like there's really nothing that I want to play on any of these systems. Yeah, there's a bunch of cool games and they look cool, but in the end, they're never really that cool.
No. I mean, even the game that won Game of the Year, Sekiro, was supposed, like I think that was a PlayStation exclusive.
Game
I'm not
looks
sure.
stupid too.
And it wasn't great. I was
So
like,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like maybe if Xbox comes back and they're like, hey, we're gonna that Battletoads they keep promising us.
Yeah,
Doubt that's I want to play it,
I
but
doubt it, but yeah.
give me like a Metal Gear Solid like
A good Metal Gear
no
Solid.
like
not
I want to play
MG5.
all the old games.
Oh.
Give me all the old games that either weren't on Xbox or were on Xbox or they said were coming to Xbox and
like an
haven't
Ultimate
come.
Collection kind
Like
of
give
thing.
me and that will get me back.
Yeah.
Or give me like stuff that I want to play, like stuff like that I have played in the past. Give me good like things rebooted or redone.
Give us a good Fallout. Can we have a
See,
good
I
Fallout?
liked 4, but
Okay, but you agree 76 was.
I
well,
wouldn't play.
I mean,
I wouldn't pay 76 if my life depended.
I
on
played it for 5 minutes and I was.
I'm all
appalled.
set.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Give me more. Give me a good like a new Mass Effect that's good. Their
Right.
faces aren't melting.
yeah,
Give me good stuff like that, and maybe Xbox I'll do because I want to play these Nintendo games.
yeah.
I want to play them. I think about wanting to spend money. I don't want to spend money on Xbox. I just
That
don't.
makes
I don't
sense.
want to. I'll just watch it for the network. And now that I don't have the network, there's legitimately no reason to watch it.
No, it's true. Yeah,
There's no reason to watch it.
yeah.
So that's just it. So Xbox, you've really let me down. And as an avid Xbox fan from the first Xbox, got it right away. Was right on it. Was in it to it. Like all about the Xbox. And just you guys haven't impressed
Come
me.
to the light side.
I will.
come
I don't
to
think I'll ever
Sony.
buy a PlayStation
Come
again.
to Sony.
I
come,
was.
come home. It's time to come
I
home,
love
John.
so I did, and they
Come
screwed
home.
me.
No,
They screwed me.
that was
I
years
can't-
ago. It's time to come
I can't
home.
play. The what you call it? Disney, Square Enix. I can't even think of the name.
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, can't play Kingdom Hearts because I haven't beat the second game.
Well, you can. You can get the whole remastered collection on PlayStation
Yeah, I don't know.
exclusively. Listen, if Bret Hart was able to go back to WWE, you can go back to Sony.
I don't know. I don't
Time
know.
heals all wounds. It's
I don't
time to come
know.
home.
I don't know.
Come home, John.
I don't think so. I just think that ship sailed. I think me and Sony are just. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can come back. They hurt me too bad. They really, really hurt me. So I'm just so devastated with Xbox. I think it's dumb. The name's dumb. Just they couldn't. I don't know. It's stupid. And now they're retreading back. They're like, oh, it's just the Xbox. The Series X is the model.
Right.
There's gonna be multiple models this lifespan. So that's how you differentiate.
Yeah.
It's just like
No, we promise, guys, the stupid name that we came up with isn't actually its stupid name.
we're gonna have like the Xbox G Slim and the Xbox hard top.
Yeah,
or
right.
I don't care, dude. Just give me something good. I don't know. The name's dumb. It's the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. It's such a letdown, like the way it looks. So I don't know. Let's see what PlayStation does. I
Yeah.
don't know.
If PlayStation sticks with what I'm seeing from the concept art for the PS5, that looks like a VCR from hell. So it's not going to look much better. But hey, I'll still buy it.
I think they need to have backwards compatibility, hands down.
They will. They will.
They have to.
They're not going to mess around with that anymore.
They
They know. They know they have to. They will.
I don't know. They just need to have at least the same the same quality hardware,
Mhm.
and they need backwards compatibility because I already got the the games, I guess, the exclusives.
Right.
But we'll see what happens with new exclusives. Because really, they only have like a couple homegrown exclusives.
Sure. Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I'm
think
all
it'll be
set
good.
with Xbox. It can suck a nut. Good. All set with it. But in the video game world, something that did make me happy and make me feel good. So I felt like very let down. I felt a lot of despair. I was just consuming this despair from Microsoft and Xbox, being a big Xbox fan. Everyone's like, how's that feel, John? You like it? And I'm just like, no, it sucks. Like, no.
I was one of those people. And
I don't like it. I even went to, like, even before you said anything, I went to you and I was like, this sucks. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, this is trash. Like, why are they doing this? So, Pokemon released a commercial today about the new buddy system in the game called Buddy Adventure. And you get a very heartwarming video of a little kid and his stuffed Squirtle. And it's just a very touching video.
Yeah.
And that's made me feel really good. And I'm just like really excited for this.
Tugged at your heartstrings a little bit.
There were no tears, but my eyes got a little watery maybe.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe a little watery. I could relate to this video. And I'll post it on our Facebook.
Yeah.
But it's a very touching video. They did a really good job, a fantastic job with it. And if the buddy system is anything like this video, Pokemon Go is going to like a whole new level.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to do, like, it's going to be a couple steps away from like legit just Pokemon being around. It's going to be like a couple steps away from those glasses that Holly was talking
The
about.
VR glasses.
Where
Yeah.
you're just going to be like walking around and having like a little Pokemon next to you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The video was good. As a little kid, I did a lot of stuff that the video did. And I was just like, oh, geez, like, it's good. They did a good job. Like, I
Yeah.
feel this way. Like, this used to be me. So, yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it made me feel really good. Xbox, like, really made me feel crappy this week. And, one video, both ends of the spectrum, I felt like despair and disbelief and crappy because of Xbox. And then Pokemon Go was like, let me make you feel better. Let me help you out, man.
Yeah. They were there to save the day.
You got a friend in me. It has a very, like, I was watching it at work, and one of my coworkers who does not play Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
looked at it and was like, gives me like a Toy Story feel. And I was like,
Yeah.
it does.
Okay. Yeah.
It does. So the video's like really, it's done really, really, really well.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It was maybe the best promotional video that Niantic and Pokemon Go has ever done. It was just fantastic. It was awesome. It was just, I can't, like, it pulls on the heartstrings for sure. It's like the best way I can describe it is like it starts out with like a little kid and he gets like a stuffed animal for like Christmas or his birthday or something, and it's a stuffed Squirtle.
Yeah.
And he's like going everywhere with it. Like he's carrying it everywhere and he's hanging out with it and he's taking it to dinner and like pushing it up to like the table in a seat. And
Oh, yeah.
it shows him like feeding berries to the Squirtle, and then like because like it's a stuffed animal, like the berry gets all smeared over its mouth, so his mom has to like wash it in the dryer, and he's like, or the washing machine, and he's just like waiting outside the washing machine for the Squirtle to be done. And then it shows him and like his sister like battling, and she's got a Bulbasaur stuffy and he's got his little Squirtle, and it's just really nice. And then you see like it cuts to like, him, more time with him with his Squirtle, and like he falls asleep and he like his hand falls off the Squirtle, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
no, this isn't feeling good here. And then it cuts to like a picture of him as like an older kid. I'm getting teary eyed right now.
Oh man.
And he cuts to like an older picture of like him as like, he graduated and he's got like his diploma and his like cap and gown and stuff. And then it shows him like in front of the mirror, like, he's getting ready to go out in the town. He pulls out his phone and you see like the Squirtle on the screen. And then like it shows you like the new buddy system thing. And then like Squirtle's right in front of him. And he feeds him a berry, and they walk outside, and then you see like everybody else with their buddies with them, and it's like just everybody in the world has like a Pokemon with them, and it's just really cool. And then he stops again, and he feeds the Squirtle like a little berry again, and he gets the same little like residue that he had when he was like a little
Sure,
stuffed animal,
yeah.
and it was just so good, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's good. It's really good. So
Nice. Well,
one video game company can really let you down,
true.
and another video game company can really set you on fire.
Yeah.
And I've been like very like on the edge with Pokemon Go. Like I'm like, do I want to like settle like slow down with it? Do I want to like PvP scene I'm not really having fun right now, and I'm just like, am I gonna retire for a little bit? Am I gonna take a break? And then I see this, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well-
So that's what I consumed. I consumed despair and then happiness from two video game companies.
Speaking of Pokemon, one of our guys from last week is here. Hyped Gamer Network.
Oh,
Thanks for
Hyped
showing up.
Gamer Network.
Threw
what's
us a
up?
like too. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks
that.
for hanging out.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very
See,
much.
I did not get that feeling of joy from Pokemon Go this week because I was walking. I was driving, but I was walking, and I was right under a Pokestop, and I wanted to spin it, and it was like, your item bag is full. I'm like,
Oh man.
all the time.
So you just got to delete some stuff, or
I know,
or
but it's
save
like-
up some coins and get a
No.
bag upgrade.
I'm not buying the bag upgrade.
Eventually, you gotta.
Stop giving me useless potions I don't need.
Well, you need them if you fight Team Rocket.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to do that yet.
Well, you want to do that.
I
So you
will.
can get your Shadow Zapdos.
I know. I haven't had
And
the
then you'll
chance.
need it because, like, well, I didn't need them, and I would get rid of them. And then when I needed them, and I was like, man, like I need these potions.
Yeah, oh god, I have so many useless items. I also have like so many evolve items that I can't use.
I would cut them down to like
I
three
was
to
gonna
five.
say
of
I have like
each
8
one.
dragon scales, and I'm like, what am
yeah,
I gonna do with all these?
I would just cut it to like 3 or 4.
The item system annoys me in that game.
Well, I mean, you might need them. In the beginning, you need them a lot, and then after a while, you don't need them as many. I keep a couple,
Yeah.
just in case.
I also saw that I had like 180 Pokeballs. I was like, I don't need that many. Jeez.
I only keep Ultra Balls usually.
Yeah.
I'll keep like a small amount of the other two, but I had like 500 Ultra Balls before Community Weekend, and now I'm down to like 100 and something. So
That was probably my mistake. But still, oh god, happens all the time. I'm right there. I'm at the light.
Oh, it
it's my
happens,
one
yeah.
chance to hit it, and yep, your item bag's full.
happens to me as well.
And I don't have time to go and delete items because then the light turns and I gotta go. Ugh, sucks.
Yeah,
When I'm walking. 'Cause
sure.
I never play Pokemon Go and drive.
Yeah, that'd
Never
be
ever.
a bad thing to do.
That's naughty. Yeah, no. Shouldn't
You
do
don't
that.
want to do that.
Mm-mm. No,
maybe
I'm responsible.
maybe when the new buddy system comes, your Pokemon can be driving. I mean, walking
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You gotta see the. Well, I'll send you the video,
My shiny Poliwhirl can drive my car.
and it's just
Yeah.
it's a good video, man. it's a quality video. They did a really really good job.
I'm sure.
They did a fantastic job. It's like the best promotional thing I've ever seen from Niantic and Pokemon. Like the guy who made that video, hope he got a raise. I hope
Yeah.
like he's, on some beach right now, like enjoying like a very strong drink, but not strong enough that it burns his mouth, that it's tasty enough that, he enjoys it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a nice fruity drink that's really strong and he feels it, but it doesn't burn.
It's probably not on a beach, but
He might. Why did he got
he's
like a good
probably,
vacation?
he's probably still working hard at
No,
Niantic
I
Studios.
think they should have
Just,
gave him like a good vacation for that.
Yeah.
I'd give him a vacation. He
Sure.
deserves it.
Yeah.
That was a really good video. It's like really good. So, with that note, we're going to take a short break. We're going to get Mitch on the line, and we're going to talk about many, many nerdy things. So, stay tuned.
Have you always wanted to make your own podcast? Or had dreams of becoming the next social media influencer? Don't let office space and equipment be what gets between you and your dreams. New studio space is now available through the Go Network. The Go Network is a multimedia broadcast company that currently hosts live radio shows and podcasts. With microphones to fit all guests, the ability to video record interviews, a stage for band performances, and an editing suite to put your audio and video content to the next level. The Go Network will provide assistance with producing, editing, sponsorship outreach, marketing, and more. You can create the podcast or web series you want with the lower price tag. Visit our studio location in Norwood or our audio suite in Canton. For more information, call us at 857-445-0424 or email us at info@gonet.com. That's info@GEAUXNET.com.
Has your computer seen better days? Is it always freezing and lagging? Are you constantly plagued with pop-ups and viruses? Are you not able to get any work done? You don't need a new computer. You need Phoenix Technology Support. With just one call to Phoenix Technology Support, you will never have to stress over the hassles of taking your computer to a repair shop again. Just leave your computer right where it is and let us come directly to you. Phoenix Technology Support has over 10 years of experience in the industry of customer support and IT solutions, and it's the best place for help with all of your home or business electronics. From gaming systems to tablet setups, smartphones to smart TVs, even business servers and emails. We will help set up or troubleshoot almost any technology in your home or office. So next time you think your technology is at the end of its life, have it rise from the ashes like a phoenix by calling Phoenix Technology Support at 617-658-3240. That's 617-658-3240, or go to www.phoenixtechboston.com.
Aren't you tired of your plain white walls? Do you ever wonder why you feel uninspired at the office or feel like your home lacks character? It's always the same boring walls over and over again. Well, it's time for a change. Visit waldecor3d.com and order wall panels that will turn your walls into beautiful and extravagant looking accent walls. The 3D wall panels give an extra dimension and complement just about any room. Their current selection includes plant fiber wall paneling, MDF wood wall panels, mosaic real wood paneling, and thin slate stone veneer. Remember, that's waldecor3d.com. Order now and add some depth to your life.
Hey Dan, you're a gamer. What is the comfort level of where you are playing?
Comfort does not exist in the gaming world. After several hours, you push through the pain.
You need Edge.
Edge?
Extended duration gaming equipment. Do you like your headset?
Let me guess. I have to drop hundreds of dollars for the newest, most comfortable headset.
No, sir. Keep your headset and let Edge make it better. Add a soft top made from 100% plush sheepskin wool to eliminate top-of-the-head pressure.
So I can keep my lucky headset?
Keep them and your backups, but let Edge give them an upgrade. What about the seating arrangements?
At a tournament, you get a metal folding chair, which is great if I want to knock out a professional wrestler. Terrible if I have to sit in it for hours at a time.
Just like Edge upgraded your headset, now they're going to upgrade your chair with Soft Seat. No more fidgeting around trying to get comfortable. No more pain in your back, shoulders, and butt. Turn any chair into a comfortable gaming station. Go to edgeprogaming.com, type in the code GONETWORK, and receive discounts on your entire purchase. Take your gaming to the edge. When I'm feeling sluggish, I'm not looking for the jittery feeling of coffee. I'm reaching for Neurosonic, the only energy drink I trust to keep me going. Neurosonic is just one of the great drinks in the Neurofunctioning Beverages line. When I'm stressing an interview, Neuro Bliss keeps me cool, calm, and collected. And when it's time to call it a night, I don't want sleeping pills and all the crazy after effects you hear about. I want Neuro Sleep to help me drift off to dreamland. Neuro drinks are surprisingly low calorie and full of the healthiest and most efficacious vitamins and minerals. Artificial flavors and colors don't work for them, and neither should they for you, so they don't allow them in their drinks. To find a store near you that carries Neuro, go to drinkneuro.com or visit amazon.com to order a 12-pack. Neuro, drink with a purpose.
I'm going to the hardware store.
Oh, will you pick up 800 lumen bulbs?
800 more flowers? The neighbors will think we're wacky.
Not flower bulbs, light bulbs.
Come on, Dad. Lumens tell you how bright the bulb is. We can replace our 60-watt bulbs with energy-saving bulbs that give off about 800 lumens.
So, we'll save money.
Right.
Got it. 800 lumens and more savings.
Lumens, the new way to shop for light. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
All right, Rifters. We are back here on the Go Network. And we are here with a very special guest, our good friend, the king of the nerds, Mitch Halleck. Mitch, how are you tonight?
I'm good as always, John. I'm terrific. I meant to say. silly me. I get a dime for every time someone says we're terrific.
So, first thing I want to say is I saw the little cameo that you got from Robert Wall, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was really cool of him to do that.
Yeah, I knew about. All is true. If you watch the DC Crisis stuff, I did. That was me. I called up the producer Mark Guggenheim, who was at the show last year at Terrificon, and I said, "Oh, I see you guys are doing a lot of cameos from people that were in a lot of the DC TV shows and movies." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "You got anybody from Batman '89?" He goes, "No, we can't get Michael Keaton." I go, "Well, I know you're not going to get Jack Nicholson, but you should get at least somebody like maybe Robert Wall, who was the reporter in that movie." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great, but I don't know how to get a hold of him." I said, "Oh, I happen to know exactly how to get a hold of him," and it literally took 2 seconds to what do you call it? To just simply send him an email and say, "Hey, would you like to be on this TV show?" He's like, "What is this now?" So it happened on a Thursday, and by Monday morning, he was already on a plane out to California to film his little cameo.
Wow!
So there you go. And the thing of it is, he said he would mention it on that Kevin Smith after show.
Yeah.
After Crisis, and he goes, "Oh, I mentioned you, and I told how I got the part." And I said, "Oh, that's great." And he goes, "I hope they don't cut it out or anything." I'm like, "No, that's great." And then I'm watching it, and they cut it out.
Of
I'm
course,
like,
of course.
Man, they didn't even mention me. And I was talking to Jerry Ordway. He's like, "How do you think I feel? They didn't even mention me, and I worked on the actual comic book." And so, yeah, we got the video, I think Saturday or Sunday night. My buddy sent me a link to Robert Wool wishing everybody a happy holiday and then thanking me for getting them involved with the CW Crisis show. So it's like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. So there you go.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. And it just proves that you get stuff done.
Yeah. I guess so. My wife will tell you I don't, but sure enough, the fans think I get stuff done. I mean, I bring them all the artists and writers and actors they want to meet, so it is what it is. So it's a fun job. It's a fun job.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these conventions that you create and run. So we're going to have CT GamerCon in March.
Yep.
And then we're going to have Terrificon in August.
Yeah.
So let's chat about. Let's talk about them. Tell me about GamerCon. What do we got? What do you got so far? What's the plan?
Well, the 4th annual GamerCon it's every year it gets bigger and bigger. It's at Mohegan Sun, the convention center, and it started off as a video game tournament and some Magic the Gathering. But over the last 4 years, we've added more tabletop demos. People that want to get into Dungeons and Dragons. We've got more role-playing games happening. We're opening up the upstairs. So, I mean, tabletop gaming is huge. It's never gone away.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like something for everybody. I mean, there's guys that are playing post-apocalyptic, themed tabletop games. You got, sword and sorcery type games. You've got techno, future, murder mystery, all kinds of stuff. There's a brand new Marvel one out there.
A tabletop Marvel game?
Yeah, brand new Marvel one with little figures that you could paint and customize just like you would a Dungeons & Dragons set.
Oh, wow.
It literally came out about a month ago, and I walked into a couple gaming shops, and it's really popular right now. So that's kind of cool. And it's based on the Marvel comic characters, not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But still, I mean, the whole idea of that's great. I mean, as much as people like video games, there's something different and special about sitting there with your imagination and a couple friends of yours, and you come up with your own scenarios and throw the dice and all that stuff, because not everything's in a joystick and a button smasher.
Oh yeah.
So that's that. And then of course video games are huge. Super Smash Brothers and all the Call of Duty and all the other stuff that'll still be going on. And we have the best. What I like the best about Connecticut GamerCon is the live music that we get, and we get all these. Look, I never knew about all these techno bands before I started doing this show. And every year we've gotten better and better with some bands. We've had Super Thrash Brothers. We've had Lame Genie. This year we have a band called Turbo Power. They're great. They get up there, they play themes from video games that and then they play some original stuff. But it's always like a cool show happening, It's we don't have laser lights and all that stuff, but there's always some good video screens, and the guys get in costume, and they play their instruments, and it's really fun, and that's all part of the show. I mean, you get a ticket to GamerCon for $25. You're there all day. You could play all the video games you want. You could enter tournaments to win money. You could go shopping because we've got dealers of, Funko Pops, old video games, some comic books, T-shirts, jewelry, all that stuff. And, it's fun, man. It's just like a nice way to kill the day, especially here in wintertime when it's cold and crappy outside. And there's nothing to do like around March in New England, except
Very
wait
true.
for spring to come. So it's a cool place to go. So that's GamerCon in a nutshell. I mean, if you're into any type of gaming, come on down. Come on down, buddy.
And I've been chatting with the wonderful Jamie York of Game Underground, who helps you run the game rooms.
He's the mastermind behind the game tournament room. Yeah, Jamie lives, eats, and breathes this stuff. I mean, he knows every video game in the world. You talk to him, he can tell you everything. So
yeah, he's great.
He's cool. Yeah, man.
Me and him have been talking about trying to maybe work in a Pokemon Go tournament during the convention.
Yeah.
Because they're popular, they're huge. They just did a tournament with 387 people in LA this past weekend, which is like
there's certain Pokemon creatures that you can only get at Mohegan Sun.
I'm sure there is.
Sure, there are exclusives. Yeah,
man. Because I remember when that first came out, the first weekend, the first time we did GamerCon over there, or maybe 2 years ago, they started doing Pokemon Go, and I would see all these guys running around with their phone. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, there's certain Pokemon that are here just at Mohegan Sun, and I'm like, that's cool. They were going around finding all types of original people there.
Now they have tournaments where you fight against each other with the Pokemon, and you're now ranked nationally in the world and stuff. So
really?
yeah.
Big now? Wow.
So you can be the best in the world if you play enough. So we're gonna see if we can maybe make a tournament that maybe rivals that tournament in LA. So we'll see if we can.
If anybody could do it, Jamie can. So there you go.
Yeah. So see what happens.
He will know.
Because I run a tournament every month at his store. So we run it. Yeah, I run a Pokemon tournament there.
How did you guys end up meeting?
Just because. So me and a couple of friends. Well, one of my friends runs a Pokemon Go Facebook group, and when the battling system came out, I went to him and I was like, hey, you run this group, and he does meetups and stuff. I was like, are you planning on having tournaments? And he was like, oh, I don't know, I already do so much with the group. And he was like, if somebody wanted to come on and be the battle master, I was like, oh, I'll do it. So then we started talking and trying to think of places that we could go. And then he already knew Jamie from them being buddies, and then we started going to his store. So we go there once a month, and then we go to Apex Entertainment in Marlboro and have a tournament there too.
So, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
See, it's nice you guys, all, and you never met each other at Terrificon or GamerCon?
No, yeah, until we started doing the tournaments, and obviously now I know that he's there and stuff. So, yeah, it was funny when we were talking, trying to plan the next one. I think it was around Terrificon or something was coming up, and we were like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna be at this con. I'm like, I'm gonna be there too. And then we started talking about you and all that, and so yeah. But yeah, me and him have been trying to figure out if we can make something work.
It's a small world, man.
Yeah, yep. But he's awesome.
It is when you find that stuff. I was like, hey, wait a minute, you know him, he knows you. Holy crap!
I tell him that he is the video game version of you.
Yes, he's the let's see, not king of the nerds. He could be heir apparent or lord of the nerds or something like that. Yeah, one of those royal terms or something.
Yeah, the heir to the throne or something. I don't know.
Heir to the throne,
to the nerd throne, whatever it is. So let's talk about Terrificon a little bit. I know it's in the early stages. I know you can't really give away too much, but is there anything that you can give away right now that you have?
Well, I got. Oh, that's my English major background. I have guests already signed. I've got contracts done, ink dry, and all that. But the thing of it is, look, I'm as impatient as you guys. You know, I want to like start to tell people what's coming on, but the problem is it's so far out.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I could ask Siri how many days it is until August 14th. I bet you it's 200 something days. I don't know, something crazy.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah. And it's a long time because, and if I tell you everything now in December, what are you gonna? It's like knowing your birthday present, your Christmas presents months ahead of time. It's like there's nothing to look forward to. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to surprise you guys and drop a name like every couple weeks. Like, oh, today we got this guy coming. Oh my God! Ah! And then you tune in a couple weeks later, and now we got this guy coming. Wow, oh my God! I didn't know they're getting that guy too. Ah! You know. So I mean, I've got comic book people again. I've got movie actors and TV actors. I've got that. Not Harrison Ford. He's not coming this year. I don't have, who would be huge? I don't have, Alan Moore coming. That would be something. But
I think if you had Alan Moore come, you would like break the internet because
right?
he doesn't
That
go
would be
anywhere.
Yeah.
No, I know. I would have to retire from the Comic-Con business at that point. That would be. I'd be like, I can't top this.
Well, you
That's
legitimately, yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, you know, every year, because I was talking to somebody the other day about that. They're like, what do you do with these shows? I go, I try to produce like a big rock concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do like one. I try to make it a huge event for you guys, like panels and things to see, and you know, just something that you're going to remember. You know, not just another Comic-Con. Like every year, it's almost like a certain theme. If I had my way, and I had unlimited resources, I would decorate that Mohegan Sun like you wouldn't believe every year. I would put like black lights and like it looked like Disney World. I had smoke machines in that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
I want it to
pretty
be like a theme park. You know?
I
like
think
a Comic-Con Disney World thing, you know?
Yeah.
I think every year you always have a really good theme that kind of like
Yeah.
strings together everybody who's there, a majority of your guests that are there, and then you
Yeah.
know you always have just better and brighter guests. You know, you still have those. You'll still have a select few that usually come, or they're like the
Yeah.
Terrificon guys. But every
Yeah.
year I feel you jump up that level of getting more people that I thought maybe I'd never meet or never see, and you always do a really good job with that.
No, I appreciate that. But I swear, if you knew all the plans that I have here, like on the drawing board, or the things I tell people that I want to do that never got off the ground because, like I said, I just don't have millions of dollars, people think I'm crazy. They're like, why would you do that? It's only a 3-day show. I'm like, yeah, but wouldn't it be something that you go to it and then you talk about it for years? Like, remember that time that we went to Terrificon 2020 and he had a rocket ship take off in the middle of the floor, and that's the type of thing. I've actually thought about that, dude. We were going to get a guy that had a jetpack to fly around the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
2 years ago. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You should get like
guy-
somebody dressed like the Rocketeer to,
Yeah, no.
Right.
I tried getting the Rocketeer last year. That's funny you mentioned that. Billy Campbell that played the Rocketeer in
Yeah.
the movie. I tried to get him. He lives over in Norway.
Wow,
Which was
really?
weird.
That's
Yeah,
a
I was
ways
like,
away.
what?
Yeah.
Norway? Who the hell lives in Norway? Except Norwegians.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Trying to find guests that you guys haven't seen before. Pull somebody out of the blue that you've never met at a show.
I think that you've done you've gotten me to meet almost every one of my comic heroes for the
Yeah,
most part,
Yeah,
but Jason Aaron, who I think is you need to get Jason
He was on the
Aaron.
list. You should see the list. I have the list. I try not to repeat myself, but I have like lists of creators that are still out. There's a lot still out there.
Oh, of course.
Scott Young.
Yeah,
Scott Young's on my list.
he's big.
Yeah, no. Jason Aaron's on that list. You know what's so funny? Do you know the writer Matthew Rosenberg?
Yeah, he did. I'm reading his X-Men run right now.
You know what's so funny? He was on my wait list from 2014 or 2015. I was going through my old emails the other day, and I saw the name Matthew Rosenberg. I'm like, wait a minute, what was this? And he wrote to me in 2015 trying to get a table
Get
at
out.
Terrificon at Mohegan Sun, and we were sold out. And he's like, "Oh, dear Mr. Hallett, could you please put me on the waiting list? I'm writing this comic book. I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't a Marvel book. It was his own thing." And he's like, "I'm trying to, you get the word out about my book. Let me know." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that was Matthew Rosenberg in 2015." And he goes on to write the X-Men and everything. And I'm like, son of a... And I wrote back to him. I said, "Hey, I feel like a jerk. I didn't give you a table back in 2015, but if you want to come now, you're more than welcome."
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because you wonder, too. Like, we have artist tryouts. We had the Marvel Comics was there last year doing portfolio reviews.
Uh-huh.
And they were looking at some new artists. And I think they picked 2 or 3 guys to go off to Marvel in New York to work for them. And I remember telling them, I'm like, "Hey, if you guys become really big, you remember where you started. You come back to Terrificon every year." I was like, "Oh, you know it." So who knows? Maybe I have the next, Mark Brooks or Walt Simonson or something that was discovered there. That would be cool.
I'm behind on X-Men, but
yeah. Did you get the books, the House of X and Secrets?
I have it.
Powers of X?
I have it, but I'm still reading the run before with Rosenberg's run before, and
yeah.
His run is so good. I'm like so disappointed that they ended it.
Doesn't that end with the marriage of Colossus and Kitty?
No, that was the last run. That was when they had X-Men Gold and Blue. This is just Uncanny X-Men. He brought back Cyclops. He brought back Wolverine, and they're like together on a team again. And it's so good, this X-Men run. And I'm like halfway through it, and I'm like, man, they're gonna really end this? Like, I don't even want like House of X and all. I want Rosenberg to keep writing this because he's great. It's like I don't understand.
It's cool
like
when you get into older books or older runs. I like doing that, like finding like stuff that's all done with, so you don't have to worry about where it's going. It's done, it's written, it's all.
Yeah,
set.
originally I was reading it because I was like, let me catch up with everything. So then when I read House of X, I'm not going to be like, I'm confused. I'm probably still going to be confused because that's what Hickman does to you. But this run's excellent. Like I would recommend it to anybody that likes the X-Men. This is a really good run. I mean, it's not like an all-timer yet. I mean, I haven't finished it, but I really like it. And it's like a little depressing that they ended it so quickly. He only got like 22 issues or something like that.
You know what? I mean, pretty much they've kind of wiped out a lot of continuity in books over the years. I mean, things aren't like they used to be. But do you go back to read older stuff, or you don't even bother because you're like, well, this has no effect on the current issue, so why am I bothering?
So with Marvel, I'll go back and I'll read certain things. But honestly, DC, once they get to a new, I wouldn't go back and read anything New 52 now because it's pointless. Once they jump to a new, era, it's over. The old stuff doesn't matter unless you just want to, unless you heard it was, a good run and you want to read it because you like the writer.
Yeah.
But Marvel, at least you can go back and, read stuff. I think they do a pretty good job with keeping things, kind of matter the whole time.
Right.
But where DC, I'm out. Me and DC, I'm done. I'm going to my comic shop next week or in a couple days, and I'm dropping almost all my DC books except for
really?
Justice League with Scott Snyder and Detective Comics. I'm done.
Yeah. You're not getting the Tom King stuff?
See,
it's wrapping up.
Yeah.
The City of Bane and all that's coming to an end.
So I'm not a big fan of Tom King on Batman.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think I know a lot of people love it and a lot of people hate it.
Yeah.
I just think I don't know. He changes too much stuff. He does his own thing too much. I'm interested to see what happens when James Tynion comes on because he's going to replace him. Yeah. I think James Tynion's one of the best Batman writers right now. So that might I still get it. I've been still buying it. I might just keep getting it and finish it. But yeah, I kind of took a break halfway through the run and I stopped reading it because
No, okay. All
just
right. What about he's got some other stuff coming out with Mitch Gerads. He's got the Adam Strange book, Strange Adventures, I think it's called.
See, I would maybe check that out because I think he's not a bad writer. He's just a bad Batman writer in my opinion.
Okay.
His Vision stuff was good.
Mr. Miracle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say his Mr. Miracle was great, and so was the Vision. That was one of the best books.
The Vision.
Yeah.
but I feel like, I don't know, with Batman, he tries to put a little bit too much emotion into it. Like, you know, the whole, like, even the opening arc, you have Batman, like, you know, he thinks he's going to die, and he says, Alfred, you're like, you know, like, I don't think I'm going to make it through this. And I'm just like, Batman would never say that. And then the storyline where, like, you know, he changed, like, his origin to Batman was going to, like, Bruce was going to commit suicide, and he decided that he wasn't going to commit suicide because, you know, he didn't want to feel weak. So he wanted to become Batman to make sure that nobody ever felt weak like he did when he was about to commit suicide.
Would never happen.
I was just like, get out of here with. I don't know, just like.
Get out of here. That's not Batman. Get out.
Yeah, it's like he changed, like he added his own like Tom King isms to too many things, and I'm just, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. And then like, the best way I can kind of describe him is Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis is either on point and he's great, or his head's up his ass and his story sucks. And I feel that's Tom King. It's either he's on point and it's great, or he's up his ass and. I don't know. I'm just not a Tom King and Batman, and yeah, not a big fan. But there's only maybe like 2 or 3 DC books that, you know, I want to continue reading, or I'm going to continue reading.
I hear you. My DC books have dropped considerably. I barely pick them up. I mean, the thing of it is, you know what they've done a lot of lately? You know how they did the Batman, what was the name? Damned?
Yeah.
In that special format?
Yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, it's cool. It's this black label or black whatever it's called for the adult thing. I get it.
That was the bat penis, right?
What?
Was that the bat penis when they showed his penis?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay.
And then they did a Harley Quinn one, and then they did a Joker one, and then I just picked up the one about the Question, and I'm like, wait a second. If you're going to do this format, they did Superman too with John Romita Jr.
Right.
If you're going to do it all the time, what the hell are you doing? Because one, the book is too big. I can't put it in a long box easily. It's not going to fit on my short boxes or anything, you know?
They're like oversized.
And two, I don't have a plastic bag for it. I got to go buy plastic if I want to keep it mint and stuff.
Right.
And yeah, it's an unusual shape, and the price tag is anywhere between $5.99, $7.99, or $9.99. And the book, you're not getting much more pages for that price.
Right.
know? So I don't know what's going on with the price points on these things. I'm like, guys, you want me to pay $10 for a book, but I can get a 100-page book over at Walmart that has reprints of stories for $4.99.
And they're probably written better, too.
Yeah, you know, I don't get the pricing on all that stuff. I'm like, just be consistent. Like, hey, man, we'll give you 48 pages of new content, and it's going to be $6. Boom, done. It's going to be a regular comic book size. But don't give me a 40-page book and charge me $10. You know what I mean? And then it's like a 3-issue series, because they've got the new one by Sean. Is it Sean Phillips, the guy that did the White Knight story last year with Joker? That one.
It's Sean. He was an artist first.
Is it Sean Murphy?
Maybe.
Is that his name? Or Sean? It's Sean something. I can't think of it right now.
I'll find out.
But he's got a new book out too, and I started picking up, and then I started getting confused which Batman book I was picking up. I actually said to my guy, I go, "Wait, this is issue 3. What is this? Have I been buying this?" And
yeah, Sean Murphy. You were right.
Sean Murphy. There's so many Batman books out there right now. I think there's got to be 6 or 7 different Batmans besides Detective and the regular Batman book. There's all these, specials and one-offs. It's like
there's that.
I don't know what I'm reading.
There's that one with Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, like their last Batman story, like Last on Earth or whatever.
The Man Who Laughs.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah. With that weird.
And then, not to mention, you have all those villain books now, because it's like the year of the villain.
Was another one. The Year of the Villain threw me for a loop too. I'm like, what is this?
It's like,
and you gotta well, no, that's the normal book you read. It's just got a subtitle. I'm like, wait, what?
It's like, what? What are you giving me here?
Yeah, no, I hear you on the DC stuff. I mean, as much as they have great artists and writers, it's the product at the moment to me seems like there's just too much, and I don't even know what's going on. So it's hard to jump in on any particular title,
Yeah.
easy to jump off than it is to jump on right now.
And the whole rumor is now. Obviously, I know it's Bleeding Cool, so you can't always trust them. You know, you got to believe it with a
they're
grain
gonna
of
relaunch
salt.
Their universe again or something?
They're gonna relaunch in 2020. We're not really.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get all new number ones, and all the
No.
heroes are gonna be replaced with young heroes. So you're
Oh, I
gonna
didn't get
have,
this.
you're gonna have what's his name? Lucius Fox's son being Batman because Bruce is gonna retire.
Oh, that I heard. Yeah.
Yeah,
that I heard.
and they're gonna. So that originally that was just gonna be the story. It was gonna be, Luke Fox was gonna take over as Batman, so Bruce could
Yeah.
fake his death or whatever. And then I guess they decided they're gonna make everybody's gonna be recast. They're gonna have all new younger heroes take over,
No.
and I'm just like, yeah, I'm out on that. And then what the rumor is,
You already have younger heroes. It's called the Teen Titans.
Right.
Why do you guys do that?
Yep. So they're gonna have all these new like heroes that are gonna be like different races and different genders and all that. Like I think you're gonna have like a woman Green Lantern or something, or they're gonna And then with
Yeah, like didn't they do that with Marvel? I mean,
oh yeah, and it
Marvel tried that?
didn't really work out that well.
No, they did. They shifted gears and they went back to the way it was.
And then I guess the other rumor is once they put that's going to be like the main series books, then they're going to have the whole Black Label stuff. They're going to be like your $8.99, $9.99, an issue, and that's going to be your stories with like Bruce, and they're going to give you like older stories with the real heroes. So like.
No, you're just gonna. It's too. I mean, I don't even understand what the hell you're talking about right now. So
yeah,
it's just gonna confuse the hell out
Yeah.
of everything. You know,
That's what supposedly the plan's going to be. Is they're going to have two different, the young heroes and the older heroes are going to be in like the Black Label stories, supposedly.
yeah.
So
No, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that.
yeah, I don't know. DC's just been, and then the whole you get like 2 or 3 issues every month. It's just like, give me one issue. I don't need,
Yeah, no, I'm looking at tomorrow's books because I'm looking at what's coming out when we're talking. You got the Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo Batman Last Night on Earth.
Yep.
Then you got Batman and Superman coming out. Then you have Batman City of Bane final issue. Doomsday Clock coming out. Then you have Batwoman or Catwoman, and then you have let's see, any more Batman books coming out? No, there's some Wonder Woman. There's some Shazam. Teen Titan or Titans, Robin, then the Justice League's coming out, then Harleen. Yeah, there's a Joker, Killer Smile book coming out tomorrow. Then there's the Year of the Villain book that you mentioned. Then there's another Harley Quinn book. God almighty, man.
Yeah.
There are so many Batman books coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little, and then there's Commissioner Gordon. He's got a book. Huh. But meanwhile, Star Wars, let's see what Marvel's got. Marvel tomorrow, they have Kylo Ren, an Empire book coming out, and a 29. Marvel's only got 3 titles coming out tomorrow.
See, because
That's funny.
I don't know. I think
DC's got a hell of a lot.
I
DC's
think-
got a new Suicide Squad coming out tomorrow too.
I think overall it's been kind of a forgettable year for comic
Really?
books in total. I think
Yeah.
there's been a couple of bright, like War of the Realms. I thought was one of the best events I've read in a really long time. I've really enjoyed Spider-Man. I didn't think I was gonna after what's his name finally left it.
Slott.
Yeah, after Dan Slott left, I was like, yeah, I think I'm done. I don't know if I'm gonna read Spider-Man, but I've really enjoyed it. Spencer's done a wonderful job. But honestly, it's just been like Marvel's. Like, there's been bright spots on the Marvel side, whereas just like DC, I'm just like, and it was like kind of the opposite for me the year before. Like Marvel was just kind of like not really relaunching, but rebranding stuff, and I was kind of like, ooh, Marvel's not looking good, and DC was just, they just started with that, whatever, what was it, a Rebirth, and I was like, ooh, this is looking good, like everything's looking good here, and yeah, what a year can do, because DC's on my, crap list, and I'm just like, legitimately, I get like, I think 8 or 9 DC books, and I'm going to drop everything but 2. Like,
yeah.
Because the whole Nightwing thing, like, he got shot in the head, and now he's Rick Grayson instead of Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Oh, woof. Like, get out.
I saw that.
Like, yeah, I'm just.
Hey, man, maybe they're running out of stuff. I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, it's not. They need some fresh. I thought when Bendis went over there, I thought they'd have some like fresh. But I don't know. The whole Superman admits that he's Clark Kent. I'm like, that's kind of
I picked
dumb.
that up last week. I'm like, what the heck, man?
How was that?
I didn't read it yet. It's sitting. I've been driving around doing a whole bunch of stuff, but it's on my list to read. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of. I mean, honestly, it's kind of dumb. You know, the whole point of Superman being Clark Kent is so he could be amongst all this as a normal person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of Superman. It's like the whole Jesus Christ thing. There's the whole reason why God's walking around amongst men as a normal guy, because he wants to see what it's like to be a human.
Right.
There's the whole reason why Superman is disguised as a mild-mannered reporter is because he's supposed to be this unassuming everyman that's out there that has the power of, a god.
Right.
But he doesn't need it. Clark Kent is the whole point of Superman. I mean, once you get rid of that part of it, it doesn't make any sense. If everybody knows he's Superman, right? He can't write stories for the newspaper because who's going to, once they know he's Superman, they're not going to have all the credibility's out the window. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for Spider-Man. They had to change that back to where it was. I mean, you would think they learned their lesson years ago.
He's always been like that allegory for like Jesus, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, you can't really have that now.
No.
Yeah.
But, like you said, in a couple months, if they're doing a relaunch, like you said, well, this have to. It'll be all thrown out, man.
According to Bleeding Cool, sometime in early 2020, they're going to do a relaunch with all new characters taking over the mantles of like heroes, and then they're going to have the Black Label or whatever they call it, and they're going to be telling stories of like Bruce and Clark and your real heroes. And they're gonna charge them as like they do now, like $7 or $8 like a book with like the glossy cover, and because that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the glossy cover.
And not do a monthly book. Just do these one-off special things.
Yeah. And then your monthly book will be these new characters. That's according to Bleeding Cool. That's what it's gonna be.
Honestly, I think that's the way it's going, dude. I really do. With all these books, I think they're headed towards just trade paperback things that come out every couple months or something,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. It looks like Marvel's really.
I'm not either. I'm just saying that the weekly comic market is just.
Yeah.
It's just like we said. The Joker's already out on DVD or digital, whatever you want to call it, download, and it's only been like 2.5 months since it came out. You get single issue comics or floppies, and within I just picked up the Power of X House of X trade. It's out in hardcover.
Wow, really?
Because it came out last week because I missed some of the other single issues.
Right.
And I'm like, and I didn't want to go chase them down. And I got to tell you, it was very confusing the way they laid that book out. House of X and Powers of X, they alternated which week they were coming out.
Right.
The cover design looked the same. The logo looked the same. You had to be very careful what you're picking up. Dude, I ended up picking up like 2 copies of issue 4 of House of X. I missed Powers of X 3. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I said, I'll just buy this when it comes out in the trade. Sure enough, trade came out $30. A lot cheaper than buying 12 books at $5 a piece. And I have it now. I'm reading it now. But
I think it's really interesting, and we'll finish up with comics in a second and move over to I think that it's really interesting that they're finally going all in on X-Men. Have you seen like all the books that are coming out in 2020?
I think they're playing catch up because for so many years they just didn't want to talk about the X-Men because of the whole Fox thing. That now they're trying desperately to restart it up, to get the popular, because that's their new Avengers. Think about it. The Avengers, the movie franchise is kind of done.
Yeah.
So why not start fresh and rebuild the X-Men and get everybody all pumped up and excited, and then just do a big X-Men movie,
I mean, if they're smart, they're going to do of course, an Avengers vs. X-Men movie.
Oh yeah,
They
Oh, yeah.
gotta do that. They have to. So I don't
And
know.
I think in the Fantastic Four as well. I think they're shifting gears. I think they're quietly putting the X-Men or the Avengers away because they did a good 8-year run on those.
Yeah, or
between Iron Man and all the movies. Yeah,
or at least
So
kind
now
of
it's-
like give them a new kind of like fresh coat of paint. Maybe make them like the a different version of the Avengers, like maybe like the street level Avengers. You know how many different teams of Avengers we've had.
Yeah, did you see how they wiped out all the Marvel television stuff?
Yeah,
And they got rid of Daredevil and Luke Cage and
all of
Punisher.
Marvel Television folded into the cinematic universe.
Which is kind of cool because you'll get better shows that are connected to the movies, but you won't probably get as many of them, though. I mean,
Right.
you can't have the actors from the movies on a weekly TV show. The money would be insane. They're not going to have, not Chris Evans or Tom or any of the big names. None of them are going to be on a weekly TV show, but it's just
I
like
think-
the Mandalorian. It's a Star Wars show. It's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus. It's a $15 million TV show.
Right. That's what it's gonna.
That's a lot of money for a TV show.
It's gonna start becoming what we're getting now. Like we're gonna have the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is what, a 6-episode miniseries or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
getting these miniseries with the movie actors coming on the TV and streaming for you, so you can watch them. But it's gonna be like basically like a big movie, a movie cut into pieces.
Again, kind of like what they're doing with the comics. Instead of
Yeah.
doing an ongoing monthly series, you'll just get these big, epic stories every couple months, maybe, and that's what they'll do.
Yeah, it seems like the books that will sell, like Batman. Obviously, Batman will always have a monthly book, I think.
So will
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
yeah, stuff like that. Those books, but kind of like the books that are kind of like the outliers, or maybe they're on the edge. I could see them doing it to like a bi-monthly thing, or every couple months you get like a little something like. I could see that. I could definitely see it, and
Yeah.
it feels that way. Or it's going to be all digital soon, which makes me sad too. But Marvel's been
Oh, yeah.
really
I mean,
pushing
I thought about
digital.
that the other day when they announced that Marvel TV was gone, Marvel Television. I said, "Oh shit! I don't have all those Daredevils on DVD or CD or Blu-ray, whatever the hell you want to call it. What do you want to do if you want to watch it a couple years from now?"
I don't know.
And then it's not on Netflix anymore. You're out of luck, buddy.
Did they ever put them on DVD, or did they just keep?
They did. They did. It was really limited, though. It was like Daredevil season 1 was out there, and season 2, and the only place they were available were like at a Walmart. And I remember going to Walmart, and they were only like $10, and I was like, why am I doing this? They're going to be on Netflix forever. Nope. They had Luke Cage. They had Jessica Jones. I don't think they ever did the Iron Fist ones. I think they did one season of Punisher. But now they're gone because I was there the other day. I said, oh, you know what? Let me go into the Target video section and see if they still have these Blu-rays, because I'll pick them up now that, the television Marvel's gone. Nope. Can't find them anymore,
Yeah,
and they're not on the Disney. They're not on the new Disney service. I don't think they're going to end up there.
Nope, because Netflix holds the rights. So
Yeah. So who knows?
yeah, I think once they're off Netflix, that's it. You're just not going to see them anymore.
Same thing if you're a fan of S.H.I.E.L.D., if you like that show. I know the first couple seasons were on DVD. I think they stopped doing that a couple years ago. So
Yeah.
the last 2 or 3 seasons, you can't get those anymore.
Yeah,
You have to watch them on Netflix or wherever.
or like ABC, whatever their ABC streaming service
Yeah, but
is.
it just kind of stinks, though, because now you got to go buy these services. You really don't own it. It's kind of like iTunes. You don't own those songs.
Right. At any
I know
time,
so
if
many
they
people have-
pull them off, you lose them.
Yeah, the other day I was trying to find a Christmas song that I used to like as a kid, and I'm like, oh, it's probably on Apple Music. Nope, Apple Music didn't have it. Oh, where is it? Oh, it was on a CD that came out 10 years ago. Well, how much is the CD? Go look on Amazon. Oh, it's like $100. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dumb.
People don't think that. They go, oh, yeah, it's great. It's digital. I can get it whenever I want. Like, no, you can't.
Until they
And
pull it off, and then you
and
can't
they-
have it.
And they're changing stuff. Like they altered Star Wars: A New Hope
Oh,
a
yep.
couple weeks ago. Oh, dude, I was like freaking out. But here's the deal: if you want to watch Star Wars now, and you don't own the CDs or the DVDs or the Blu-rays or all that stuff, that's the only way you can see it is the digital.
Yep.
They've altered it. They added a different Cantina to fight out with Han. They added another edit. It's weird, but that's the way going forward. And you know what's scary, dude? Think about this years from now. If you remember shows when you were a kid and you want to go to watch it, and it's not there anymore, and this is like Disney saying, "Oh, here it is now." You're like, "Well, this isn't one I watched when I was a kid." Tough. This is it. This is the only version you're going to get now. It's like they control it, you know?
Yeah, J.J. Abrams has been putting up a big stink, saying that he wants like the original unedited Star Wars to be put out.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I can't see it anywhere. Like, I want to watch these movies.
No, I have my VHS tapes, but guess what? I don't have a VCR anymore.
Right. And then you got to figure
I don't
too.
even think they make them.
You know, those tapes, like the film gets old from having them. You know what I mean?
The
Like
magnetic stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
It deteriorates.
So you
it's
might
falling
watch it. It
apart
might
as
not
they
look
speak. Yeah.
great. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's crazy. It's like all the photographs I see people take on their phones and everything, and no one prints anything out anymore.
Oh yeah. No.
There's no record of anything. So it's like, oh yeah, remember this? And no, remember our family vacation? We filmed it all on the phone. Nope. It's very odd that it's with all the stuff that's out there, less and less people own anything. All the different TV shows, all the different music that's out there, no one really owns anything. So if there was a meteor that hit the Earth tomorrow, buddy, and wiped out half the civilization or whatever, when they find this 1 million years ago, they wouldn't have anything to look at. They'd be like, oh, these people don't have anything. There's no physical records of anything, you know?
You're just renting. That's basically what it is.
You're just renting it, yeah. You really are. Paper doesn't last forever. Digital media changes every 5 years, you know. Nothing works.
And even
Optical
like comic
drive.
books, if you buy digital comic books, you know, if they want to take something out, Marvel or DC can just go right into your digital copy and edit it.
I think they did that with Batman Damned when the whole Batman penis thing came
That's
out.
what-
They
yeah.
went in and they edited it. Yeah,
They edit
you
it
never saw it.
unless you had that printed copy of like that first run.
You're done.
You're done. You weren't seeing it. It was gone.
Yeah, you did. Like you said, you're just renting stuff. It's really mind-boggling. You spend all this money on these services and you don't own crap, you know?
Yeah, it's getting to be a
Well.
little disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like these podcasts of yours. Where are they after you talk to them? You got an archive, right?
Well, we got an archive and we do them live on YouTube now, so you can watch us.
Oh, there
You can
go.
watch us just sitting in the studio. So
I want you and Dimitri just to go over people's houses every week, and just a random listener, you just show up at their house, and you just start doing the show right from there. How about that?
I would do it.
It's one way to do it.
I would do
Hasn't
it.
been done before.
Don't tempt me. I might just do that.
We used to.
Imagine you're knocking on someone's door. You're like, "What do you want?" "Hey, it's Static Rift, man. Let us in. It's cold out."
We used to do a free comic book day show where we would go to our
Yeah.
comic store and do it live from the store and like talk about, you know, all the books that were out and interview the people in the store or if they had any like
Yeah, yeah,
artists
yeah,
or
yeah.
And we used to do that every year. So we took a break last year when I was sick, but we're probably gonna
Yeah,
try and do it
yeah.
again this year.
I tell you what, though, I like when I go. Like, I love going to comic stores on Wednesday. I like a little kid. I look forward to it every week. I'm sitting there going, "Oh, what's coming out tomorrow?" Even though I got my previews and I already know what's coming out. But you go in there, and I tell you, it never goes away. The hope that this book that you're about to pick up for $3 or $4 or $5, and you hope it's going to be so good. You go home, you go, "Oh, I can't wait to open this thing up and read it. It's going to be so great for 30 minutes or 20 minutes or however long it takes to
Right.
read this book. It's going to be a journey of imagination. I'm going to have an adventure in my mind. The artwork's going to jump off the page. It's going to make me want to read next month. I'll count the days off until the next chapter comes out. I can't wait." And then I come home with a stack of them, and I start flipping through them, and I'm done reading them in about an hour. I just flew through about 20 of them because there's not a lot of writing in them anymore. And then I go, "Oh, they're forgettable." Like, I literally can't remember month to month sometimes when I go in, like, "Oh, what happened here last month? Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
Something
Honestly,
about that.
that's another negative about DC is some. I got maybe 10 Marvel books that I read, and if they didn't, in some of them, if they didn't give me that little summary page in the beginning, I
You
would
would know what's going on.
I would be
Yeah.
lost. Yep, I'd be lost. I'd be screwed. I'd be
No, I'm
screwed.
telling you, I have to do it like I thought that was so dumb when they started it. Like previously
Yeah.
in X-Men. You're like, come on, what am I, a TV show? If they didn't have that stuff now, I wouldn't know what the frig's going on.
Seriously, yep. Well, I took a little break of comics like when I went like in high school, and it was right before they started doing like the the recap page. And then when I came back, I was like, what is this crap? Like, I don't want to. Who cares? And then
it was like a TV show.
Yeah, a couple months into it, I was like, thank God for the recap page. Like, I need this recap page.
I know, right? You would have never thought you would needed it, but it is.
Yeah, DC needs something like that. DC's
That's where we've come. I mean, are you watching the evolution of entertainment with all this stuff going on?
Yeah, I mean it's getting to the point where like video games are going to be in glasses and stuff soon. You're going to be wearing a pair of glasses and playing.
I mean, my kids got their downloads. I mean, it's Christmas time. I used to get them the video games they wanted. Now it's like everybody downloads it.
Yeah.
There's like there's no point in buying the physical media.
Soon we're not going to have any physical copies of anything. We're just going to be able to just download them like right into our eyes or something.
I've thought that honestly, wouldn't that be great if you could have like a 100-issue run of Spider-Man instantly downloaded into your brain, so you don't have to read it all. You just know every issue. Like, oh yeah, that's what happened. Okay.
So I'm kind of against digital comics. Like and. So I like I said, I got this X-Men run, and I have all the physical copies, but I haven't had a lot of time to read them. I'm either playing, a new Pokemon game came out. I've been playing that a lot. The work stuff. I just took like a class at my work and stuff like this, so I've just been super busy. But any like free time I have during like a lunch or a break. So I put a bunch of like the X-Men comics, like I just took the digital codes from the book that you get, the physical copy, and I put them all on my phone, and I've been reading them that way, and I'm just like, oh no, am I becoming like a digital guy? Like I don't want to, because I miss, having the comic in my hand, but I honestly probably wouldn't be reading this X-Men run if I didn't, or I wouldn't be reading it right now. It'd be a while before I read it if I didn't put them, the digital copies in my phone, so... I don't know. I don't like it, but even I'm changing, it seems.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Joker a little bit.
Okay, sure.
Since we haven't really talked about the last time you were on, we didn't see it yet. Me and Jason didn't get a chance to. We finally saw it. So overall, you didn't like it, Mitch. You weren't a fan.
No. I was not a fan.
So
everybody else seemed to be. So what do I know?
I'll tell you this. I'm in the theater. Me and Jason are there. We're watching it, and the first maybe half hour, I'm like, oh man, I'm liking this. Mitch is gonna hate me. He's gonna be let down, and I was like, wow, like I don't understand why people, And then you get the last like 30, 40 minutes of the movie, and I'm like, okay, this movie's awful. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, to me, this is what I got out of it. It felt like somebody wrote a movie about mental health, and they were like, this is a pretty good movie about mental health. Like, a guy, he's messed in the head, people treat him like crap, and him retaliating, And then his friend was reading over the script, and he was like, hey, man, like, this is a good script, but nobody's going to watch this. You're not going to make any money. He's like, why don't you slap some comic book on it? And he's like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, it did feel like shoehorned a lot of that Batman stuff in. Like, what the hell?
And then and then he's like, hold on, let me write the ending for you. And he wrote the last like 30, 40 minutes of the movie, and it was just that. Because honestly, if you took out, them mentioning Gotham, or you took out Thomas Wayne and you put in any, typical mayor or politician, it wouldn't have anything to do with comic books or DC at all until you get to that last like 30 minutes where he becomes the Joker. I don't know. He even starts talking differently and acting differently. Like, oh, that woof. And it was just like so poorly. Like, honestly, the first maybe 3/4, if it was like a drama, it would have been a good movie.
I think that's honestly what they did. I think they said, hey, we're going to make a movie about this fellow that has mental illness. No one's going to see it, but I bet if we tell people it's the Joker, they're all going to go see it.
That's exactly it. Like, the guy wrote it. He's showing his friends. He's like, I'm really proud of the script. And his buddy's like, hey, man, listen, let's make him the Joker, and we'll make a ton of money. And he's like, I just don't know how to make that work. It's like, don't worry, buddy. I'll write the last, half of the movie for you.
Yeah. I'll tell you about this Thomas Wayne guy and this Bruce Wayne kid. That how could it possibly be? Because Bruce Wayne's about 10 or 11 years old, and the Joker's in late 30s. So when Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, when he's about 28, the Joker will be about 60. Yeah, that's a fair fight.
Just like
28-year-old guy beats up 60-year-old mental patient. Sure, that's great.
And it was like the person that wrote that last 30 minutes, like, they like their comics, they read a little comics, but yet they don't know the essence of the Joker, because it was nothing. Like, that's not the Joker at all. Like,
no, that's not the criminal mastermind.
He's a criminal mastermind. He's a genius. He's suave, yet he's crazy.
Joker gas and all that stuff. No.
Yeah, none of that. Like, he's going toe-to-toe with the world's greatest detective and stumping him sometimes. I didn't see that with this movie.
Lex Luthor's really just a guy who won on Jeopardy. Like, really? Yeah, the guy that won on Jeopardy that's bald. Yeah, that's the criminal mastermind, Lex Luthor. No, it's not.
And
this is a smart guy.
The person who got the shortest end of the stick, Martha Wayne. Woo.
I don't even see her in the movie.
Yeah, she only got like 30 seconds of screen time.
But she was like,
if you didn't mention, I'm like, wait, was she in the movie?
Yeah.
They picked like the ugliest woman you could think of, and she looked like
I don't remember her at all. I don't remember her at all.
She looked like one of those waitresses you'd see at a diner that like chain smokes cigarettes. Like that's the way I could
I have no memory of her. And they made Thomas Wayne a dick.
Yeah.
And Thomas Wayne's always been like this philanthropist who gave all his money to try to help the downtrodden and the poor and the homeless and all that stuff. And that was the inspiration for, Bruce Wayne. Like, hey, my dad was rich, but he tried to help people, He wasn't some rich, smug jackass. This guy was an asshole.
Yeah, they completely bastardized
he got
him.
killed? So, I don't feel bad. He's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jason said, they completely bastardized him. They tried to like make you feel something for him. They're like, he's not a bad guy. He wants to help you, but he's a dick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I never felt one thing. And that whole thing at the end with what's his name, Robert De Niro, on that talk show. Come on, give me a break, will you? It's like, oh, I killed everybody. Wait, are you saying you just killed those policemen and those people? Yes, I did. What was his name? Marty?
Marty, yeah.
It was Murray.
Murray, yeah.
Murray, that's it. And he kept saying Murray.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, shut the hell up.
Like,
and then he shoots him in the head, and De Niro's like, oh, look at you, feel sorry for you. Whoa, don't pity me. And then he blows his head off. I'm like, what's the point? And this is why I told you I hated the movie. I'm sitting there watching this, violent thing. Guys' brains are blown all over the back. I'm like, I don't want to see that. And I'm like, what's the point of this? You go out there and just become an anarchist and shoot people up in the street? And when they have, let me tell you, the dumbest scene in that movie, is when he's in custody in the back of the cop car.
Yeah.
And the ambulance rams the cop car, and the two cops are dead, I suppose. And they take his body out, and they lay him on the hood of the car, and he gets up, and they're all worshiping him around him, like, chanting, and they're all in their Joker faces.
And he starts dancing,
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a second. Okay. What are the odds the car's going to hit them at that exact moment? 2, he's not smashed from that car crash, and he's standing there, and just his arms out like Jesus, and they're all worshiping. What's the point of this? Is there a message to this movie? What are we supposed to say? That it's okay to go out there and just do whatever the hell you want, shoot people? That's why I told you I hated it.
So here's the things that pissed me off the most. Like I said, I think that the first...
Forget the comic book stuff. I would, even if this didn't have the Batman stuff.
Yeah.
It was just about a guy that was leading people to do... chaos, anarchy? I don't know what you want to call it.
So
I was just like, this sucks.
I think if they kept it as, a mental dude, he's having some issues, and, he's a clown or something as his job, and, he kills the dudes on the subway, and he ends up killing the guys that make fun of him, and he kills his mom because she treated him like trash. And the movie ends with maybe him getting arrested at the end, killing Murray and getting arrested, and that's where the movie ends. And then they show him in the mental hospital or something. It would have been...
You could have even made a better movie if they showed, and I've had people tell me this, like, oh, was all that real, or was he imagining
Sure.
it, or
Yeah.
fine. That would have been like a cool like psychodrama. Like, oh, let's go back and watch the movie for clues, like Inception, or what's the one with Bruce Willis when the kid can see dead people?
Oh, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. Then you got to go back and watch it. Like, oh yeah, look, this never really happened, and his mother wasn't there, or he's been drugged for years, and that's why he was delusional. And that might have been a good story. Like if it was this whole psychological drama about this guy that says he's the Joker, and it all takes place in the mental hospital when he's talking to the social worker, and he's like just like Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
You know, like Kaiser Say-So made up this whole story. So at the end of the movie, you're sitting there going, is the Joker really this criminal mastermind, or is he really just imagining all this, or he's delusional, or he's on medication?
Right.
That would have been a good story.
Exactly. And then you have to call him the Joker. You just could have been Arthur Fleck or
No,
whatever.
you
Or
didn't have to tell him the Joker.
Right.
You could have suggested it. Like maybe at the end of the movie, like, oh, what's that guy's name? Oh, just some Joker. And you just leave it like that. Like, oh, wait, was that really him or not? You know? But you don't.
I can't stand when somebody says this is a comic book movie or it's one of the best comic movies. It's not a comic book movie.
No.
It's a movie that has comic references to it, and it's a drama.
Yeah.
It's not a comic book movie.
It's as much of a comic book movie as the movie Birdman.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. That is the perfect. Thank you. That is the perfect way to do. Like Birdman is a drama. It is not a comic movie. It has comic
it's about a guy
references.
that played a superhero. It was called Birdman.
That's exactly
yeah.
it. It is a drama movie with comic references. That is not a comic book film. No way.
Nope.
Nope. Hate it.
If
Can't
they
stand
made
that
a
people say
Birdman
that.
comic book and said, "Oh yes, you know it's based on this comic book character called Birdman." You're like, "Listen, it's not. Stop saying it." Okay, it's a movie about an actor who was stuck in a role and couldn't get any other parts, and this is his story. That's what the Joker is. It has nothing to do with Batman.
Nothing. Except that they stamped the names of the characters on random
And
people.
you know what sucks? You got people that never read a comic book
and they love it.
Go into this movie thinking it's fantastic and thinking this is really the Joker story. I'm like, no, there is no Joker story. You don't want an origin story for the Joker.
No, you
know?
don't.
You don't want to see Jaws and follow the life of the baby shark as it grows up and becomes the monster that eats everybody in Amity. You don't want to see that backstory. You just let it go. Like even Star Wars, you didn't want to see Darth Vader growing up. It was better to leave it out there. Like, oh, I wonder what happened to turn him into this guy. Oh, I don't know. Just not everything needs an origin. Okay?
Agreed. Absolutely. And what I think pissed me off the most.
Batman's fine. Who?
What pissed me off the most about this movie was, okay, so this guy, he's puts on a clown face and he kills people, and after maybe a week's time in the movie, he has the whole city rioting in his name. It's like nothing.
Bullshit.
That would never happen.
Well, especially since they spent the first half of the movie being scared of this mysterious killer on, who killed these guys on the train, and everyone's scared walking around the city. And then the second half, they flip and they go, "Oh no, we're gonna praise him now.
We love this guy
because he murdered someone on live TV."
Why would they? Yeah, why did they start to follow him? Because he was the clowns. Because Thomas Wayne said he was a clown, and all the the middle class and lower class. Oh yeah, he represents us.
Yeah,
I never got that.
There was no reason for it
because it was Thomas Wayne crapping on the people. He said something to the point of oh, you guys are despicable or something, and then they were like, oh yeah, okay, Thomas, screw you, dude.
No, I'm older than you guys. I remember when the '77 we had the Son of Sam, David Berkowitz shooting everybody in New York. Everybody was afraid to go out. Because this guy was out there randomly shooting people. You'd go out on a date and you'd sit in your car with your girlfriend, and suddenly this guy would show up and blow your freaking head off. And the newspapers, he was writing articles for the paper. And the Daily News would print them, and he was taunting the cops, come and find me. Nobody could do it. Let me tell you, nobody was going to turn around and say, oh, yeah, David Berkowitz, or the Son of Sam. I didn't know who he was. Nobody came out and said, this guy's a hero. Let's model after him, and let's all become like the Son of Sam. Dude, that would never have happened.
It made no sense. Honestly, once he goes to...
With any day, dude, when is any day of the week when there's a murderer or a serial killer, do you see that a crowd of people suddenly start worshiping the dude?
Never. You might get those sick people, a little cult that start, a Manson-esque cult or something.
You're not going to get a whole city.
No, a
Yeah,
whole
not a
entire
whole
city.
city.
It's
No.
not wearing a mask. That was stupid. I'm like, this is not going to happen.
There was legitimately not one person opposing. Like, the whole
Yeah.
city was on his side. The whole city.
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's what made no sense. I'm like, okay, the cops are outnumbered. Everybody, because Thomas Wayne and the Joker represents the oppressed. So are you telling me when Batman finally does show up and starts kicking everyone's ass, they're all going to hate him because they'd rather have the Jokers be everywhere
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
Batman?
Right. Yeah.
And that
It doesn't make sense because, like I said, it's a poorly written,
poorly
comic book,
written.
quote quote movie. If you're going to call it a comic book movie, it's not, like you said. So stop calling it that.
It's written pretty well up until the point where he goes on Robert De Niro's show. Once he goes on that
it just
show,
falls apart.
that's where it starts to fall apart. And he even changed like the cadence of you mentioned it. He's like Murray. He changes like the cadence of his voice and trying to be like more Joker like and
He's supposed to be like cool. I'm like, wait, this guy's never going to be cool. Never.
he sucks.
Yeah.
And there was no Joker like criminal mastermind thing behind what he was doing. It was
No.
all just random violence by that
Yeah.
point.
And I thought
he
towards
couldn't-
the end like he
couldn't
would
figure
have
out how to bank.
No.
I thought he would have did something at the end that it would have been like his scheme the whole time,
Right.
and it would have been like this thing where it pieced together the whole movie, and he was like a mastermind the whole time.
No,
He's just some
he's a
crazy
big
dude,
crook.
just some maniac. Like,
No, that's why the best Joker they've done is in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
With Heath Ledger.
Yep.
That guy was scary because it's like, son of a bitch, this guy could blow up hospitals. He's gonna, terrorize all these gangsters and all this stuff. You didn't know what he was gonna do. And if you told me he suddenly got some kind of poisonous gas and killed half the city, yeah, I'd believe it. He was going to blow up a whole freaking ferry boat full of prisoners and commuters. Remember that?
Yep, and he was crazy, and every person he talked to, he gave them like a different origin about like how he got the scars. And
Yeah,
like,
that's why
like,
that was great.
it was
That
like
was great.
textbook Joker. I was like, whoa. And at first, I was worried because when that first came out, I was like, Heath Ledger's the Joker. I'm like, this is dumb. This is stupid.
No.
So I was thinking maybe I was gonna eat my words, and this, he would like. I think Joaquin Phoenix could be a great Joker if he was in like
I think, let me tell you, from an acting point of view, if you just want to take this as an acting exercise, what Joaquin Phoenix did by losing those 40-something pounds and the way he contorted his body and acted, oh, yeah, that was great acting. It's just not a great story.
Sure.
I mean, it was amazing to watch a physical transformation. That's a great actor. Like Christian Bale does it sometimes too in some movies. He
right,
loses a
the
lot of weight,
Machinist and all
and
that.
you go,
Yeah.
Holy crap! Or De Niro used to gain weight and lose weight, and you're like, oh my god. But if the story sucks, who cares?
Yeah, it was just. It honestly, it kind of reminded me of the last Wolverine movie. The last Wolverine movie was 1,000 times better than this.
Oh yeah,
But it gave me that same feel that it started out really good, and then the movie
It fell
ended
flat.
really bad.
I tell you, everybody loved Logan, and it's a good movie. But
It's
the same thing,
okay.
The last 20 minutes of it, it just goes.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
last
yeah,
20
but
minutes like completely blows. It just sucks.
Oh yeah, when they're in the woods and they're fighting, and he comes in, and he's running and screaming because he injected himself with that formula.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be the high point of the movie, but it looks so schlocky. Him running in the wood. I've never seen a battle in any movie. The Return of the Jedi, Rambo. Anytime there's a fight in the woods, it always looks like crap.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I live near the woods and I walk there every day with my dog. I just like the woods are not this scary like they make it look, or it doesn't look like. No, I've never seen The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
No one ever has, and no one portrays what the woods are like. It's like, okay, they're woods, big deal. So whenever you have a battle in it, you're always like, nah, that could never work. You couldn't run 10 feet in the woods without tripping over a branch
Right.
or a rock. And that's why, so when you see Wolverine running through the woods in Logan, slashing guys, jumping, I go, look, dude, where's this woods that you live in? Because that's not how it is. It's just, you would fall flat on your face in
Right.
2 feet,
Or there's uneven ground, you'd sprain your ankle or
Yes.
something. Like,
Yes. Yeah, that's why The Walking Dead, I always laugh so much. Like they're running from things in the woods. I go, let me tell you, no zombie's going to catch you in the friggin' woods. Let me just tell you, you could run 10 feet and turn around a branch or a tree. They'll never find you, okay? It doesn't work that way.
I think the thing that made me the angriest in Logan was that it was kind of like this movie. It was almost like the Tale of Two Halves, where you get this really interesting story to open up, and they're on the run and everything, and the whole thing is Charles Xavier is sick, and he ended up killing all the X-Men. Then you have that scene where in the casino or in the mall, kind of like a Mohegan Sun type place.
Yeah.
And he does the same thing to normal people, and they live through it, and the X-Men couldn't. And I was like, what?
Well, I thought there was the whole sub-story that Wolverine had killed them all.
No, I don't think so.
No, I always thought that Xavier did something to Wolverine, and he ended up accidentally killing all the X-Men. That's what I thought. Because that happened in one of the comics.
That happened in Old Man Logan. Yeah, I think Xavier just crushed them with his mind. He just was, his powers were getting too out of control, and he just killed them all. But he did the same thing to like the people in the casino, and they lived.
Now we're yelling. Yeah, now we're yelling about Logan. That came out 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But the problem is, too, I couldn't understand what the hell his daughter said at the end when she's doing the eulogy over his grave. It's okay that all the guns are going in the valley. I'm like, wait, what happened? What did she say? And I'm sitting in the movie going, what did that girl say? I can't. And the credits are rolling. I'm like, what the frig is this? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I had to watch that movie 2 or 3 times to hear what she was saying. I'm like, can we get a better vocal thing? The end of this movie, the girl's giving some kind of message or eulogy to her dead father's grave. Can I hear what the hell she's saying? Drives me up a wall.
And then you get that scene where like they kill Charles, and it's Wolverine, but it's just a clone of Wolverine. It's just like, oh, that was so crappy. They could have made it any Wolverine villain. It could have been Omega Red. It could have been Sabretooth. It could have been any Wolverine villain, and yet they had to make a clone of Wolverine.
Sabretooth would have been good. Now that you say that.
Yeah.
It was just dumb. It was like, ooh, it's bad Wolverine. Yeah. Ooh, good versus bad Wolverine.
And he had the black tank top. It was just like, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you don't get this enough, he's going to wear black so you guys know
he's real bad.
No, like, and the whole thing at the end when he sacrifices himself, I'm like, dude, you should be, like, on your feet cheering like a Rocky movie because this is so great. He comes back, but it's like, that's it.
And the whole thing about, like, I get it, he's
and he
older.
falls on a branch.
Yeah.
That's how he dies. Really?
He's older, I get it. His healing factor is not as good, but yet it should still heal. He's still, like, they should have, like, went like, he should have been, like, Swiss cheese to die.
Oh,
like,
it should have been like he sacrificed himself and like throws himself on a bomb.
Yeah.
Like if they had a bomb that was going to go off that would wipe out all the mutant kids, and at the very end of the movie he just like detonates himself. That would have been awesome because you knew he'd blown to smithereens, you know.
And now that you mentioned that, maybe the best part would. And when I say best, I mean the worst, was when they tell you, like, how there's no more new mutants, or, like, it's very hard for new mutants to come because they spiked the energy drinks.
The corn syrup.
Yeah. It was just so bad.
I always think of that. Whenever I pick up, like, a soda or something, I see corn syrup, I'm like, oh, there goes my mutant ability.
It's just like they were like, yeah, those Red Bulls did them in.
The whole family that gets killed by the black family with the horses and
stuff.
I'm like, what is this? Like in the middle of nowhere, it's like, let's do this little segment about a family that he helps, and they're dead meat as soon as he meets them.
It's like they didn't. Why did they have to have that part of the movie? Like, he's on the run. If they stayed on the run, they probably would have. Charles wouldn't have been dead. Like, it was like the dumbest thing. Like,
there was no reason for that family. Like, they stopped us and we grew the corn, and hey, you don't talk to me like that. I'll shoot you. And I'm like, what is this redneck fight all about?
Yeah.
Like Wolverine shows up for 10 minutes and saves the day from the evil farmers. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why are we arguing about Logan, John? What's going on? We're on 2019. You're on 2016.
Because it reminds me of the Joker, to be honest with you.
Oh, please. We can start yelling at movies. You know what? I don't like it when Anakin Skywalker yells at Obi-Wan. Wait, what? That was 2005, man.
So
I tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. This is the first time in my life, in my 42 years of going to movies for Star Wars, I'm not looking forward to this thing on Thursday. I got tickets.
That's what I wanted to
6
get to.
o'clock.
That's what I wanted to
got
get
my-
to next.
I got my tickets. I bought them when they came out. But like they say in Star Wars, I got a bad feeling about this.
The
Because-
trailers have been so disappointing, except for that
Dude,
first
the
one.
trailer-
That first one that
That one
came
was
out
pretty-
when she popped out the double-sided blade, and you're like, oh man, is she evil now? And then
Yeah,
after
I
that,
could care
every
less.
other trailer sucked.
Dude, the fact that they keep advertising this and saying tickets are now on sale, I'm like, wait
They're
a
in
minute.
trouble. Yeah.
It's a bad sign.
What's going on here? It should have been sold out. Because I mean, and then like when the Avengers came out, Endgame, dude, the tickets were gone. They shut down websites.
It was hard,
Page.
yeah.
Nobody, they were selling them on eBay for $200. Nobody can get a ticket. This is like, yeah, okay. I look tonight. There's still tickets available for Thursday night
Yeah.
showings. I'm like,
Unreal. Unreal.
what happened?
And then it's-
what happened to my Star Wars? This isn't my Star Wars.
And then
know?
you read the stuff that J.J. Abrams is like, I had a whole thing planned out. And then that second, The Last Jedi
yeah.
really ruined all my plans.
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
yeah,
tough for me to
Oh, that guy.
get over
That
Luke's
Rian
death.
Johnson,
And
I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he was on drugs or was he giving him a different movie to see every day, and then they got the final movie. They're like, "This isn't what you showed us. What is this?"
honestly,
like he filmed 2 movies.
he looked like he was one of those, like, he's like the middle kid in the family.
Yeah.
And he was like
Yeah,
rebelling.
jealous, yeah.
He was just
Yeah.
like, well, I'm just going to ruin everything.
Well, and
Oh,
it's
God,
amazing
he
that
did.
he did such a poor job with that, but then he does Knives Out, which is like gangbusters.
He's
I
a
mean,
good
it's-
he's a good director. He's just not a good Star Wars director.
Yeah.
No, it's not. He's not a good Star Wars guy. And he did Looper too, right? With Bruce Willis, or no? Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Did
right?
he do Looper?
Yeah, I think he did
I
do
think
that
that's
one.
him.
Wow,
Yeah.
he did Looper too. Holy crap! So he
Yeah,
just
so I'm like, that's fine. But Star Wars, dude, I tried. I watched all my Star Wars movies. I went through it last week, getting ready for the movie. And then I'm sitting there going, okay, it's time to watch The Last Jedi. And I put it on, and I'm like, maybe there's some redeeming quality in this movie somewhere.
You know what it might be, though? Because as
No.
I'm looking at his stuff, he writes and directs his movies. So
Yeah, he
maybe
does.
it was just one of those things that, like, if it's something that he creates on his own, he does a good job, but he can't really
Yeah.
stick to, like, a genre or a...
He can't adapt something else.
Right, exactly. That's what
No,
it seems. Because
no.
Looper was excellent.
And I've beaten to death. I've screamed enough on the mountaintops and yelled at everybody who'll listen like a crazy man in the street about how much I hate The Last Jedi. And I go, and people go, why do you get so upset about this? Why do you get so upset about this?
They
Let me
ruined
tell you,
something
it's
I
kinda
love.
Like when they wiped out Spider-Man's whole history and they restarted it again with a brand new day, and they said, "Oh, all that other stuff never happened." And it's just, look, you grow up with something, you watch it. I get it. It's for kids and all that stuff. But look, you tell me that they're going to bring back Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia. It's like a dream come true. It's like I've been waiting for this since May of 1983 when they last showed up in Return of the Jedi. I cannot wait. This is the greatest thing ever. I hope to God I live to see them all. Then you show me that Force Awakens, you kill Han Solo. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, wait, there's Luke. Luke's okay. Oh, no, he only shows up for the last second, doesn't say a word. Oh, okay. Well, they'll fix it in The Last Jedi. Oh, no, Carrie Fisher died. Oh, shit. Now what? Oh, wait, Luke Skywalker's dead now, too. Well, why don't you kill Lando while you're at it? Oh, Lando's in the new movie. Oh, boy, can't wait
Right.
to see how he dies. You know?
Let's also take the
Well-
biggest paragon character in Luke Skywalker and make him a complete insufferable a-hole through the whole movie
Yeah, right?
before he dies. Yeah.
Completely change his character and make him like, instead of being
A
Luke
psycho,
Skywalker,
yeah.
he's like, Lance Skywalker or something. Like
He
some-
made Han look like
yeah,
a good
Luke,
guy.
Luke Skywalker was such a scumbag. He was going to kill his own nephew while he slept to stop the dark side. I'm like, that's bullshit.
He would
okay?
never do
Awful.
that.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker, who went all alone to face his father and the Emperor by himself and threw his lightsaber away at the very end of the movie, would never have tried to kill a kid while he slept to stop him from turning to the dark side. That's not the character that they showed us, okay?
And Mark Hamill said it too when he first started reading
he
it
knew
and started.
it. Oh,
he
dude,
was,
Mark
and then
Hamill,
they
they
gave
must
him
have
more
law-
money and he shut up.
Yeah.
They must have lawyers all over that poor guy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
know he
Because
hates
at
that
first he
movie.
was like, it's not Luke, it's not his voice. This isn't the character that I know and love. Like,
No,
and-
he knows it. He knows it. He waited 30-something years to come back to that character and do it justice, and this is what they gave him. If I'm upset about it, the biggest person in the world that's more upset about The Last Jedi that nobody can compete with is Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yep.
is more disappointed in
Oh,
that
no.
movie than he is.
Yep. But they just paid him a lot of money so he'd shut up.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. I mean, because he said things before. I mean, right when the movie came out, he was spouting out on Twitter and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there was they gagged him really quick. They're like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yep, like
We'll sue you.
legitimately.
We'll sue your ass if you don't.
Yeah, they put
Yeah.
the hammer down on him. Yeah.
Like it was like maybe a week or two later, and he was like, you know what? On second thought, I saw the movie, and this is it makes sense. Like this is Luke. Like it's like, oh man.
I watched last night. There was a 90-minute Q&A with him and Frank Oz, who plays Yoda.
Yeah.
It was filmed like a couple weeks ago. It was on YouTube. Hour and a half. It was better than watching Last Jedi. I was like, this is so great because he's telling Star Wars stories. He's telling about what Luke would do, but he never really, he never mouths off about Last Jedi. But a couple times now and then, you hear him hint at it. Like, well, I was so disappointed I never got to work with Harrison and Carrie again, and this is our last chance, and it's never going to happen. And you know damn well he was pissed.
You just get that one crappy scene where he's like a forced projection and he goes to see her.
Please. That makes no freaking sense whatsoever.
Makes no sense at all.
Okay, I don't understand something. If he wasn't there, he gave Leia these dice that belong to
Right.
Han.
How did he give it to her?
Aren't there. So they faded away after he died, and when Kylo Ren picked them up. What? What are you talking about?
Didn't think
and
it up.
wait, how did? You know what? It should have given it away. 3PO should never have seen him.
Right.
He should not have been able to have been seen by 3PO. Like everybody was saying, there's Luke, and you could if they just had 3PO look around like, where? I don't see him, and that would have been like a key that he wasn't there. But he looks right at Luke, and he winks his eye to him. So
that was the
Or
biggest
Luke-
tease. That was like getting blue balls. Like the whole time,
please,
like
the whole movie's bullshit.
they're hyping
And
you
look,
up that you're going to get him.
Don't pick on Rose. Don't pick on the girl that plays her, dude.
She
Okay,
sucked.
Here's this movie. Finn is headed straight into this Death Star cannon thing, right, to save the rebels because they're about to blow up this giant door to come and get them. Whatever. He's headed on a suicide run. He's headed right into it, right? Here comes Rose out of nowhere, bangs into his ship, knocks it out of the way, and crashes it. And then he's like, what did you do that for? She's like, I saved you, dummy. I'm like, no, you didn't. You just killed the entire Rebel Alliance because now that they're blasting the door open, they're all going to get killed. Whose side are you working on, Rose?
Yeah, right.
And that
I
whole
was watching that going, dude, that girl's a traitor. It would be like Luke about to get Vader at the end of the Death Star, and Han shows up and blows up Luke's ship. It's like, what are you doing? I saved you, dummy.
that whole
Who talks
casino
that way?
planet, it was cool,
Oh,
but it was
made
so
no
pointless.
sense.
Yeah.
It was the most pointless thing I've ever experienced. Like at the end, they didn't even do anything. They didn't do what they were there to do.
apparently they had 4 hours of fuel left, which gives them enough time to go to the Mohegan Sun to get arrested and then get thrown in jail and then meet Benicio del Toro, who talks with a stutter. Don't know what that's about. He picks them up. They go aboard Snoke's ship. I think it was Snoke's ship. Yeah, it was Snoke's ship. What? And you're right. They didn't do anything because they didn't. There was no point to that mission. They still got shot up.
The
They
whole
still
time
got-
they were supposed to stop something or shut something off, and they end up getting
Yeah.
caught, and then they got to be saved by the other people, so they didn't do what they needed to do in the first place. So the whole time it was
Exactly.
pointless to be
There
there.
was no point to that. Yeah.
And then you have the woman who's in charge of like the rebels, and it's like the whole time she won't tell like Poe like what she's doing.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
Laura Dern. Yeah.
she was like, I was just trying to help you the whole time. It's just like,
And here's the other goofy thing about that whole thing. Oh, please, I could go on all day about this, but let me tell you something. The rebels are there. They're getting away. What? There's no other rebels? That's it? There's like 20 rebels left in the entire galaxy now?
yeah.
They're all aboard the Millennium Falcon at the end? So if you took out the Millennium Falcon in that one shot, you would have wiped out the Resistance. All they had to do was take out the Millennium Falcon. They would have been fine. Don't worry about it. We're done. Don't worry about going into that cave. Wasn't there an armada of ships right outside that planet?
Yeah.
They couldn't take out the Millennium Falcon coming out through orbit?
Nope.
And here's the other thing. How long was it between the Force Awakens and Last Jedi? Like 15 minutes?
That can't have been that long. Yeah.
No, I think it takes place within like a couple hours
Yeah.
of the last movie.
Or
There-
it might have been like a week, maybe.
maybe a week. I
Yeah.
don't know, but it was supposed to because she goes off to find Luke Skywalker,
Right.
and then the Empire or the First Order shows up and blows up the base, and then they're chasing them down for a day maybe in space, which makes no sense. Like they couldn't jump to light speed and pop up in front of them and blow them up in 10 seconds. And the TIE fighters don't go beyond a certain point. They have to go back to their ship. What are you talking about? They chased the Millennium Falcon through the asteroid field. They weren't. Oh, please, don't start with me. and now they're riding horses on top of a Star Destroyer. I don't even know what the hell that's about. And the Emperor's back.
So
Okay,
according,
here's my prediction. Here's my prediction right now on your show.
all right, give it to me.
And I haven't seen the movie. I'm going to see the movie on Thursday. One, I don't think it's going to make any as much money as the other Star Wars movies. I think it might be the lowest money-making Star Wars movie of ever,
Yeah.
next to Solo. Two, they're going to make Kylo Ren a good guy and tell you that the entire time he's been possessed by the spirit of the Emperor.
Oh.
Okay? Somehow the Emperor possessed Snoke, and then he jumped from Snoke into Kylo Ren, and he's been manipulating him all this time, and that's why he killed Han Solo. Deep down, the good Kylo Ren was trapped inside or something, and the Emperor was controlling whatever he did. He possessed him like the devil.
I do believe that he is going to be he's going to end up being like the
good
rise.
savior.
He's going to be the good guy, and I still believe that Rey's his sister. I still believe that she's Han. And
No. Rey's going to be a clone.
you think so?
Yeah. I'm going to say that's why when she was in Last Jedi and she went to find out who her parents were and all she saw was like 20 different Reys looking at her, she's a clone and somehow she got out and Luke hid her from the Emperor because the Emperor was trying to make clone Jedis to take over the galaxy, and that's why Snoke looked like that because it got screwed up. And I'm going to tie this into that. The reason why they kidnapped Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian is they were trying to get the blood from him to make Jedi clones.
So
Boom.
how is the Emperor back though?
He never died. He was like stuck in a cloning chamber when the Death Star blew up. He was like just below ground or some shit.
He threw him like down the whole thing, right? Like he just flew
he
through
rode
space.
that thing down. And here's the other thing. I thought that Death Star blew up to pieces when
Right.
I saw it. I go, there's nothing left
Hey,
of that thing. Apparently, giant pieces of it landed on Endor
Hey,
without wiping out the planet.
if Leia can fly through space, the Emperor's definitely can fly through space. So maybe
tell ya.
after Luke threw him, he flew through space to safety.
You know how at Age of Ultron, the Ultron was trying to pick up Sokovia and drop it into the Earth to wipe out the planet?
Yeah.
Apparently, you can get whole sections of the Death Star, which are gigantic, and crash them into Endor, and it doesn't wipe out the planet.
Oh,
It doesn't
no.
cause a big earthquake or tidal wave or anything. And 3PO is going to have something inside of him, like a code that unlocks, like the Emperor's battle state. All those. Did you see the scene with all the Star Destroyers?
Yeah.
Somehow he's going to have some self-destruct code in him, and they have to get inside. Like maybe Anakin planted it there years ago when he was Vader or some shit. And then he comes on and he self-destructs all those Star Destroyers and he saves everybody at the end. And at the very end, 3PO downloads all his memory banks, and there's a scene with Han, Luke, and Leia, all as 3PO. You know how R2 does that projection with the
Yeah.
Princess Leia?
Oh, they're the Force ghosts?
Somehow they're going to have a projection of Anakin, Han, Luke, and Leia, everybody pop up like in 3PO's memory banks. Like all along, 3PO was recording everything that's been going on for the last 9 movies, and that's how it ends.
If you
see them
call all
all-
this, like, we're going to have you
Yeah,
back
right?
on.
Yeah.
If you call all this, like... I honestly, I think she's gonna be Kylo Ren's. The whole time they hit her, she was Han and Leia's daughter, and they hit her because they didn't want her to be corrupted by Kylo Ren. I think that they're related somehow.
No, it's the Rise of Skywalker, and she turns out to be a mashup between Anakin Skywalker's blood and the Emperor's or something.
That'd be
Or
crazy.
something.
That'd be
It's got to be something with Skywalker. Why would they call it the Rise of Skywalker?
See, I think Kylo Ren's gonna turn over, like he's gonna become the good guy of the film. That's what I
But
think.
his last name's not Skywalker. It's
But
Solo.
he's still got Skywalker blood. He's still.
Oh no, I believe you. No, dude, Kylo Ren's going to be a good guy in this movie.
He has to be.
without a doubt. He's over there fighting the Knights of Ren. He's over there helping Rey fight whatever aboard that starship. He's definitely going to be the hero.
He's
of the story.
legitimately the only character that didn't become hollow. Like he's the only character that's somewhat well written.
You're right. After all these movies are over, he's the only one I actually go, oh yeah, he's kind of interesting.
He's actually
The
cool.
rest-
Like I want to know about him. Yeah, absolutely. He's
Poe
the only
Dameron-
one.
Poe Dameron's a jackass.
Yep.
Finn is like a clown. You don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yep.
Finn makes no sense, dude. He gives up the First Order because he can't stand the First Order killing people, and 5 minutes later he's killing all the guys he worked with. I'm like, what the hell is that
Yeah.
guy?
And I want to know: is he Lando's son?
Going nuts.
Is he
What?
Lando's son?
No, not at all. So, I don't know. We'll see on Thursday. Thursday at 6 o'clock. I'll be there with Jerry Ordway. We got our tickets. We're going to go see it. We're going to do a review. I'll post it on my podcast, the
All right,
Power Cosmic Podcast.
I'll be interested to hear it and see it because usually I agree with what you say. Generally, we have the same kind of feeling on movies, so.
I don't know. All I know is The Mandalorian's been a great show. I look forward to that one every week on Disney Plus. Black Widow, I want to see that movie. I'm hoping that it's.
It looks
somehow
good.
She's got a sister that becomes the new Black Widow.
Yeah, I was all set with it. I didn't want to I was like, oh, this is dumb. I'm not. But seeing that trailer, it looks good.
No, and I don't know why everyone's so excited about the Wonder Woman trailer. I didn't think it looked that great.
It didn't. No. Nope. People were like, it made me
thought it
cry.
looked goofy. I'm like, they go, oh, Wonder Woman looks so much better than Black Widow. I go, what movie were you watching?
And Cheetah's not even. She's not even a cheetah.
No.
What is that?
Ugh.
What is that
I don't
crap?
know. And Steve Trevor comes back.
How'd he
It's
come
gotta be some
back?
kind of magic. I don't know.
Dumb.
I don't know.
Dumb. All right, Mitch, we're winding
Next
down
year,
here.
Dude, I just got to tell you, next year there's really no big movies coming out.
So that's the perfect segue. So the last thing before we end the show is what are you looking forward to most in 2020, and what movie are you looking forward to most in 2020? So two different things.
Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to the Eternals because I hope
Really?
they do what they did with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Where They
Okay.
take a stupid comic that I could care less about and suddenly make it a great new franchise that I want to see the next part.
Wow. Okay.
Harley Quinn movie looks dumb. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really
looks
dumb.
really
Yeah.
bad.
It looks really
w-
stupid.
Wonder Woman, don't care. Black Widow, I want to see. What else is coming out?
Yeah,
That's about it, really.
Yeah, not much else.
Because we don't get the Blade
Nothing,
movie
everything-
doesn't come out. I'm looking right now.
Oh no, Morbius the vampire. Yeah, I could care less. You know. No.
Yeah, dumb.
Venom 2. When is Venom 2 coming out? I think that's in production.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough too.
With the Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's gonna look goofy. I wish there was Spider-Verse 2 coming out. I'd be into that if there was a sequel to that coming out.
It's coming out,
There's
but it's
not.
like another year or two.
Yeah, but I think the only thing I'm really looking forward to is Winter Soldier and Falcon. Doesn't that come out next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's next year.
That's truthfully, that's what I'm most excited for is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. Honestly.
I want to see if they. Yeah, I want to see if they pick up and is Cap going to be in it? Do they talk about him?
And you know what? You know what could be a good movie? The new Bill and Ted that's supposed to be coming out.
Oh, I saw pictures of that today. I'll tell you what, guys. You know what? One of the best movies I saw this year where nobody saw it was Tiki. What's the guy's name that did Thor Ragnarok?
Taiki Waititi?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Taiki Waititi. Yeah.
Yeah. He did this Jojo Rabbit movie. That
Yeah.
was just hysterical.
Dimitri loves it. Dimitri loves it.
I've heard good things
I
about
love
it. Yeah.
that movie, dude. I saw Scarlett Johansson, Sam Rockwell, that big tall guy with the British guy that played the Caliban character, Logan. See how it's all connected?
Yeah.
He was the SS officer in this movie.
Okay, you know what
That
I'm going to
movie.
throw out there beside what we said?
Steve Merchant.
I'm excited for Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, that got pushed back to November, dude.
Yeah.
Whenever they push a movie back, that's not good.
I know, but I liked the last Godzilla.
I thought that was a great movie, The King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that.
They
picture.
finally
I sat in
did.
the
They
theater.
finally did a good job with Godzilla. So I'm like super
Well,
excited for this movie.
It didn't do that well, but I loved it. I went to the theater,
Right.
had no expectations, saw it in IMAX, me and my kid. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, this is fantastic. You know,
And
and screaming and yelling. I was like, wow.
It felt like an old school Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
Even like
And
the
another one I liked this year that bombed was Terminator, whatever the hell it was called, 3, Dark Fate.
Yeah.
I like that
Dark
one. I thought
Fate,
it was a good
yeah.
movie.
I gotta watch
Oh, well.
it. I gotta watch it.
It was well done. It was well done. It was an exciting action movie. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Godzilla fully exceeded my expectations. Like it felt like legitimately like an old school like Godzilla movie with like a hint
Oh,
of like
yeah, yeah,
Americanism in it.
Dude, what's the three-headed monster? Ghidorah?
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah. Oh, dude, when it was in the its whole face filled the screen and it let out that scream.
Yeah.
I was scared. I'm in the movie. I know it's fake. I'm like, son of a bitch, this is scary, man.
And
if this was real, oof.
And the fact that they like made like the Chinese the Japanese doctor or whatever, like he was related to like the original doctor from the other movie.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh,
yeah, no,
that's-
it was very cool. It was very well done. Yeah.
yeah. So
that was
that
a great movie. You're right. I forgot about Godzilla King of the Monsters.
that 2020 November, that's what I'm looking forward to. Godzilla versus Kong. Hopefully it's good.
All right. Well, definitely we'll have to check back next year whenever you guys get back and just see how close we were on Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
You know why I can tell it's messed up? They were on the Family Feud. I saw that today on TV. It said, the
boy.
cast of Star Wars was on Family Feud. And all I said is, you never would have got a Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher on the Family Feud.
That's true.
Well, you know that they had to like refilm like a quarter of the movie.
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, when the leaks came out, they like refilmed some like a quarter of the movie because like
oh well, I believe it. Finn left his script under his bed
Yeah.
or some shit. It was on eBay. I'm like, what?
Yep. And then right when that came out, people were losing their minds because like they were like, "This movie sucks. Like this is awful." Like
no way, really? I didn't
yeah.
hear
And
that.
then they
No.
went back and they redid like a quarter of the film. Yeah.
Oh shit! No, I'll tell you what. I'm not watching anything the next day or two. I'm keeping off the internet because I remember when Avengers Endgame came out.
Yep.
There was a bunch of jackasses out there who were posting, "Iron Man dies, Cap turns old, and Black Widow's dead." And that would be it. You'd open up Facebook or Twitter.
We were at the theater ready to watch it, and the news showed us parts of the movie on the news.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, no,
the
it's
news
true.
showed
Yeah.
us parts of the movie.
Oh no. See,
Yeah, it was bad.
They had the premiere last night in Los Angeles. I am not looking at the internet that much because I know.
Yeah, there was
there's gonna
somebody
be
who were
idiots
ruining it.
out there.
Yep.
I'm sure there's reviews out there already today. Like,
Oh, I
here's
bet.
what happens.
Yep, I wouldn't
It's
doubt it.
amazing, isn't it? Trying to keep it secret for another 2 days. I'm like, look, I just want one. I want to go to a movie and be surprised. Just leave me alone, please. You know, I'm paying my $12. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Don't tell me everything.
All right, Mitch, we're
Screw
running
you.
out of time here, so thank you for
All
coming
right,
on.
boys.
We'll have you back, sometime, in January, and we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll do a whole Star Wars episode or something. So
All right. Well, you guys have a happy holiday. It was nice talking to you, and keep warm out there. Okay.
you too. Thank you,
you
Mitch.
as well, Mitch.
All right, guys. Take care.
Have a good night. Thank you so much. That was Mitch Halleck, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best guys around. So that's going to be the end of Static Rift, the end of Static Rift in 2019. Like we said, this is our last episode of the year. We're going to take about a month off, 3 weeks, month off, and then I will be back with the Rifties. So be ready for that. Our plan for streaming.
Yeah.
We're going to stream maybe sometimes.
Probably, yeah.
We'll probably stream this Thursday.
Probably
then
this
probably
Thursday.
take a week or two off.
Yeah.
And then we'll stream while we're planning the Rifties to maybe like give you little hints of the Rifties or something. So we'll stream in the beginning of January again, and we'll stream this week, and then we'll take like a week or two off of streaming too. So probably 2 weeks or something. So yeah, so that's the plan, Rifters. So thank you for listening in. This is episode 190, the big 2 hundos coming down the pike. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, thank you for listening in. Again, thank you, Mitch. We'll definitely have a Star Wars episode. So if you like what you heard, you can follow us here on the Go Network every Tuesday, and us streaming on Twitch every Thursday. And you can follow us on all social medias at Static Riff Radio. Thank you guys. Have a great, wonderful holiday. Have a wonderful new year. And we'll see you on the flip side in 2020.